The god's headache had recently taken on a job in the city of Exeter. Specifically, they had agreed to find and return the daughter of the Rona family, Tiyanna Rona. Through your investigation and with the aid of a report from the plane hunters, you were able to find your way into a forest nearby, where, with the help of one of the local hunters, Linda, you were ambushed by a group known as the Crimson Pact. In the ensuing fight, you were able to drive off your attackers and capture one of the bandits. Using him, he led you to one of the free camps. Through a bit of luck in choosing the right camp, you did battle once more with some of the Crimson Pact members, eventually successfully saving Tiyanna Rona. As you returned back, you decided to have the plane hunter Tyr bring Tiyanna back to the Rona family. After a night of rest, you returned back into the forest, seeking to find the person behind all of this. However, as you arrived at what appeared to be a mound with an obelisk sticking out of it, on the inside you found 16 dead bodies and footsteps leading away, suggesting that whatever it was that the Crimson Pact were after, they had succeeded. So, God's headache. What is it that you wish to do?
Can I immediately start looking around for any unusual tracks?
Make a survival check.
Yeah, boy. Oh, tell you what. I think before we do anything, guys, I feel like a good first step would be me logging into Roll20.
Yes, it would be. Yes, you can.
Talk amongst yourselves for about 2 minutes.
Shrufnar, when you log on, make your roll with advantage because you are being assisted.
Oh, yay! Thank you. Friendship is magic, you guys. Okay. Hold on. Karmora.
Yeah.
Please wait while the universe loads.
Yes, everyone, feel free to draw your people because this is what we're going. This is our plan to do to this person whenever we find them.
We need you to eat the sludge.
We must assert our dominance over them.
You just log on in, and all I see is that.
It's a perfectly fine portrait of me.
It just pops up. That's the thing. I'm just like, okay, let's see. Oh,
it's just so distressing.
Yeah, it's just the suddenness of just seeing this bad Daniel Radcliffe just staring into the depths of your soul.
It's
Daniel Radcliffe, if you will.
Daniel Radcliffe, yeah.
Yes, Daniel Radcliffe.
It was with
Survival with advantage. Yes.
Right, you up?
17. So, you initially are able to follow the tracks somewhat easily as the ground inside the cave is dirt. So you can still see like the footprints that lead outside, but as it goes onto the grass, it swiftly becomes difficult to ascertain. You get about 60 feet away, and then you lose track of the trail.
Okay, but with that with the 17, do I does it look like any kind of creature tracks I may have seen before or anything?
They appear to be humanoid.
Huh.
And I'll say with that 17 as well, you ascertain that these tracks are given by how much the liquid is dried into the ground. You're looking at around 12 or 14 hours ago that these tracks appeared.
Okay. Interesting.
Did all of the people, like, how did it look like they died? Did they, like, slit their necks or what?
You see a few of them have got blades through their backs, like they've been like you can see like they've been stabbed in the back or slit across the throat. Yeah. All of them are tied on their hands and feet.
Right.
Can I investigate to see if I can find, like, I guess essentially loot them in a sense to see if I find anything useful?
Make an investigation check.
It's like it sounds like I'm essentially looting them, but not in a bad way.
Like grave robbing,
It's not even grave robbing, it's like pre-grave robbing.
basically.
4. You don't find anything outside of the clothes on their back.
Yeah, I was like,
Are they-
at
what are
least
they
wearing,
wearing?
do I
Do they
notice
look
they're at
like
least
they
wearing
are-
clothing?
They wear it's mostly like standard tunics. From what you can ascertain looking at them, a lot of them appear to be like farmers. You do see a few. You do see one that looks like when they were alive, they might have been a merchant. It doesn't. They don't appear to be like specifically any fit. Like you do see that there's a few females. You see a few like elderly. A few. There doesn't appear to be any like pattern with the bodies. Any particular species? Mostly human, but at the same time, the Johanian kingdom is a predominantly human, human-dominated species kingdom. Like, you do see the odd elf. The merchant you actually see appears to be a half-elf, maybe, but for the most part, it's humans.
Interesting. Trying to think what
Can we find any identification? But considering I don't think people have IDs here.
Oh yes, this merchant
They don't
has
have
his
carriage
has his
licenses.
gym membership card right here. No, you check like you give them a quick once over. They just have the clothes on their back. Nothing that really identifies them particularly.
Can we take their
Yeah,
clothes?
to the dead.
Admittedly, though, a merchant might have like a merchant's guild membership, actually.
Yeah, they would, but like in the same way that we're a member of
Turns out it
the
looks like they're
plane hunters,
sacrificing
but
merchants.
we don't carry around a plane hunter's loyalty card or something, do we?
You know,
I carry
thought,
around a guild membership.
you know, honestly,
Wouldn't our
we probably-
guild membership loyalty card just be the orbs that we break that let the other plane hunters know that we need help?
That's a
I
more
don't think-
common thing that
Yeah,
you can
that's-
identify a plane
that-
hunter by the fact that they have these
Hunter-
signal orbs.
MSC has identification.
That's
You're a
like that's
fucking
like
noble
that's like,
rich person.
yeah.
Scroll of pedigree is like different.
I love. Oh yeah, but
it is it still is identification, though.
Sure.
yeah. I do love-
These people look like they were like I'm getting more the impression that they were captives, obviously, and so there's I guess there's like nothing that would like lead us back to wherever they came from to be able to figure any information out that way. But,
Bless you.
Bless
So looking at them, you can only assume based on
just 'cause they were like tied up and they were like
yeah.
killed by someone else. It wasn't
Yeah.
like it was a bunch of cultists who like knelt down and like slit their own throat to like sacrifice themselves.
yeah. Actually, if that's the case, Valve, make an investigation check.
Sure, I can do that. Big money, no bonus. Hey,
17.
that's good.
All right. You take a look at the bodies again. You notice that all of them are facing the this black puddle that you can see, but you can also see because of that roll. You can also see what appears to be a slightly faded circle. You can see various glyphs around the around this black ichor,
Like
this
something,
black mess.
Drawn in the dirt.
It's not drawn in the dirt. It appears like as you just kind of like brush it away, like the dirt goes away, and as you lift it up, it's like a chalk almost.
Part of the ritual, it seems.
Aye.
Is there any way I could just like try to do my best to like sketch out whatever this ritual circle was?
Sure, it's easy enough to do. You're able to like get a bit of parchment and scribble around it.
Just like tuck it into my book of shadows.
Does Vela point it out, this ritual circle thingamajigger?
Yeah, it takes me like a bit, and it's pretty. I would say like yes, it looked like, as we suspected, this was a ritual of some sort to bring back the life to this person that we are looking for. Probably that dark funnel cloud that we saw.
Mm-hmm. Let me take a look at this.
Oh, yeah.
Can I try an Arcana check on the?
They were good
Circle.
size.
Sure, make an Arcana check. 15. Looking at it, you're not too familiar with the Conjuration School of Magic, but from what exposure you've had of it, you do know that something like this is closely, like the way the circle is, it's similar to a Conjuration circle.
Can I have a look around for tracks or any kind of identifying marks as to where the cultist may have gone?
Isn't that what you just did a bit ago then?
I thought no. Back then I was looking for the to where the creature that was resurrected went.
Okay.
Right, okay, yeah, I'll say make another survival check.
Go. Anyone fancy helping the geriatric old man?
Because I am looking up on
Fair enough. We're all busy. There we go.
12. Yep, till the roll's already happened. So
I think Rachel was wanting to.
you lose track
No,
of
sorry, Gretchen.
you lose track of the trail a lot quicker, but it seems to be going in the same direction as whatever this creature went.
And it does look like it basically left the cave, right? Like that was kind of the impression we had. It's like
Yeah.
it went deeper to some secret place.
Could I examine the tracks of the creature to see if I can get an idea if it's even
That's a good call.
human or whatever?
I think I already did that.
You recognize
found
like
the,
all
direction.
the tracks that you saw that were leading away from this, like the one that had like the wet imprints and such, and the regular just in the dirt ones, all appear to be from humanoids.
Okay.
And I'll say also as well, because of that 17 that you got at the beginning, as you start to lose track of it, it is going in a... Let me just make sure that I get the directions right here, because I keep making the mistake. It goes in a southwestern direction, but that's only for the tracks you see. You don't know if they change direction partway through.
Yeah. Not really sure where they go. Okay. And this was in order timeline-wise for us to get here. Was this just like a couple hours after this happened?
So
I'm just trying to recall.
So
It was-
when the funnel began to disperse, it was the day before. You guys decided
It
to have a
was the day
long
before.
rest
Okay.
partway
We did
through.
sleep. Okay, I couldn't remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's been like a day.
It's been, I would say, since you
Or
saw
like
the funnel,
12 hours or something. Yeah.
12 or 14 hours, which matches roughly to when you saw the funnel disperse and the length of time from these tracks.
Well,
Who fancies investigating the cave?
it's all just this cave, right? And I think that I did when we got it.
We're already in the cave.
Yeah, you guys
Yeah.
are in the cave. This is where you
Oh,
found the
okay.
dead bodies, and you can see like
Oh, we're in the
part.
cave.
Yeah, like entered into the cave.
Yeah, part
Big
with part of
yeah.
the
opening with like a black pool of sludge.
Yeah, black pool of sludge, and directly above it is what appears to be like the bottom part of this obelisk that's partially sticking out at the top. And you can just see this black visceral liquid just occasionally just dripping from the obelisk into this pool.
Bottom part of Obelisk, the Tormentor.
How like thick? Because I don't know. I'll just take like something. I just want to like sacrifice something into this pool to see if there's if it's
Sacrifice.
Gracie, come over here. No, that's.
I will throw an apple into the pool
Uh,
to
not
satisfy
a
his
person or
thing.
anything, just to see if if it is like like the other black sludge.
Okay.
As I said, I
Caustic and
will throw an apple in there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you just watch as it lands. It doesn't land with like a splash. It's just kind of like it's almost like it falls into mud. Yeah, like it just makes a slap noise and it just stays there. And then you watch as from the the apple begins to just blacken and become like liquidy as it begins to slowly sink in. And for about 5 or 10 minutes, it just becomes the same as the bit around it.
Gross.
About
That's
is to sort of like you
disturbing.
have like one of those acid things, right? Or like one of the weird things that Kimbany gave you.
I think she's referring to
Stuff
the
that
liquid,
Kimbany
the
gave you
liquid
that you've been experimenting with.
Oh yeah, I'll take out one of those and I'll dump like part of the vial into there.
Okay, so you dump. Well, we'll say you dump about half of it in. As it impacts with the pool, it begins to glow and make a hissing noise. And in a second, there's a bright flash of light. And as you have to cover your eyes for a second. As you uncover it, you can see black liquid just going into the pool.
How big are like
Well,
the
then.
drops that are falling from the ceiling?
They're about.
They're like
I would say they're about as big as just like a regular drop from like
Just
after
drops of
rain,
water?
like after rain,
and
like the drops
are
coming
they
from.
like? Is it like in the middle of this?
Yes.
Okay. How wide is this pool again?
It is about 5 feet by 5 feet.
Okay, I'm gonna try to reach across the pool. Somebody I'll ask Trothnam, come here and hold me, and not like that. And I was just and then be like an anchor, and then I'll lean in over the pool and try to get a flask to try to a vial I should say, and try to catch some of the liquid just to.
Yeah,
If it burns through the vial, then
Make
burns.
a dexterity check.
Ooh, another skill that I have 0.
This is just okay. 16. So you're able to, because you're kind of
Not getting
leaning.
on it, Mike.
You're leaning on one foot, kind of, as you're reaching out to try and catch it. So you're wobbling a bit, but you're able to get some. It goes into the vial. You as you pull it back, you just hear, and it falls through the bottom of the vial. That vial is now useless.
Okay. That's all I wanted to really know.
It could be useful. I just have no idea what for.
Yeah, I don't know what it could be. I do alchemical shit.
No, he doesn't get advantage. He's the reason why he had to make the save is because he's trying to he is basically balancing on one foot, reaching over, trying to pull. Because keep in mind, these vials are not like the curved ones; they're the thin ones. So he's essentially trying to thread a needle while doing a handstand.
And not get it on my hand.
Yeah,
That would
yeah,
burn me.
basically.
Okay.
Why do you ask your god? Ooh.
It doesn't work that way. At least
Okay.
not yet. At least not yet.
Not yet.
No.
Soon I would like to do something like that, but not strong enough.
So it had some sort of reaction with Kimpany's liquid.
Yes. So it made a loud when you threw the apple in and with the vial, it makes a very very quiet hissing noise, like one where you could only really hear it because of the silence of the room that you're in. But when you poured the liquid in, it made it's like putting some bacon on a hot frying pan, with oil cooking, so it's like that kind of loud,
Fluid.
Yep.
So what was the fluid you got from Kimbany?
I have no idea what
I don't
this
think-
is.
yeah, I think that was the point.
We
Kimbany
know it's
described
something
it as a
magical.
Kimbany described it as a byproduct of a failed experiment.
Right, so it's trash. Got it.
It's like nuclear waste. Like you could do lots of useful things with it.
Yeah.
You don't know.
Potentially.
But it could also be like nuclear waste and just kill you.
Indeed.
Okay.
So it sizzles.
I'm gonna just like leave the cave and see. I know we kind of like investigated shit outside, but it's maybe look for tracks out there. I'm like, Gratian, come with me. And then get his help with that, even though I'm terrible. At it.
All right, go ahead.
Just ask him to help.
Yeah, I guess I'll help him if that makes it better. If that's all right.
He is the forest boy.
No.
And I'm just gonna what I'm gonna, again, just try to look for tracks to see if the people that were here and the thing that was resurrected, where it went, and even though I don't know, is that what Trotha did? I'm not sure.
So yeah, you can make a survival check if you want, Gratian.
Gratian, make it with advantage.
With
please.
advantage,
I want you to
because
have
Valif is-
I have -2 in this. So.
Find where they went, boy.
Wait, did you say survival or?
Boy,
Yeah, it'd be
go
survival.
after them.
Yeah, it's survival. Yeah, Gratian.
You don't get much further than Trofnar did. Trofnar was able
Okay.
to follow it about 60 feet out of the cave, and then lost it. You get
Lose it.
about a further 10 feet, and lose it.
Yeah. Okay.
What you get for not trusting old man Trotha?
Oop, that's not what I disregard my clicking.
Are you sure you don't want to look?
No, you cast locate animals or plants. You have clicked it, therefore it has happened. Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah. Valeth, you are very well aware that there is some grass outside.
I found some grass.
Can someone cast speak
You
to
found some
plants?
grass
Thank you.
in a forest.
I found a dandelion.
In a forest.
Someone must cast speak with plants and animals.
I mean,
Or
if you
rather,
want a
just speak
dan-
with plants.
I mean, Blitz,
I need-
if you want
Or I
dandelions,
just
just ask
make
me.
flowers. Yeah.
I make flowers.
I do love.
I found an animal. I found a wild thing outside.
Yeah. I do love the. I do
look,
love the
it's
idea that we're
One of
all.
those trash pandas.
I do like the idea that we're all investigating this thing and like dealing with the dead bodies and stuff, and then Valeth disappears for about an hour, comes back and says, "To lift the mood, I made us all daisy chains."
That sounds like fun.
Indeed.
All right.
Okay. Does anybody else have any ideas? What's everybody else doing?
I never had any ideas, apparently.
Anyone have
I don't
have
any
any
what
magic
direction
that
they
can
were
help me.
going?
Annoyingly, my character is like the least magic person in the world.
What was that you
if-
said, Dom?
No one used detect magic on the pool yet.
Yeah, we should
Yeah,
do that.
that would be one that would be good.
Yep.
Floriana has.
Lorana, step up.
Do your thing.
Take 10 minutes and cast it as a ritual.
Okay.
Okay, so you spend 10 minutes
Everyone
to
starts poking it with sticks.
do the spell. I will say for the sake of brevity that you're doing this while they're doing all their running about and
Yeah, exactly.
investigation and such. So you finish the spell. You can feel very faint trace elements of conjuration coming from the circle. As for the pool and the obelisk above, you feel the presence, but it just feels cold and empty. And you felt this presence before in the sunken temple.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
That dungeon I wasn't there for. Yay.
Okay, let's shoot Ray of Frost at it. The pool.
At the pool. Okay. You cast rage. I mean, you don't need to make an attack roll because it's a 5 by 5 foot pool. It's not going anywhere.
Miss out. Roll one. I hit Grace.
So you cast a spell. It hits the pool. You watch as it freezes slightly before you watch as the liquid actually begins to crawl up the essence of the spell before the spell's fully expended and it falls back into the pool.
Oh Jesus.
Strange.
Did it just
I'm not
I
sure
need
if
to write this down.
Not too sure if it's more of it just ate the magic itself, or if it just ate the freezing effect on it. Vaguish. I'll shoot the obelisk.
Oh yeah, that's a good
You,
thing.
you shoot the
We could
obelisk.
maybe investigate that, but
Okay.
Yeah, we should go to the obelisk. I think they're there.
It's
Make
always a good idea to attack the obelisk.
make an attack roll against the obelisk.
Aw, why do I have to attack it?
Because you're the one who said
Okay.
to do so.
Roll
No,
damage.
why do I have to attack at all?
So that'll hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Oh Jesus.
No, I'm gonna kill. I have decided to kill myself apparently.
oh shit, it did the thing that it did.
Probably. It 8 damage.
I think 8 damage. It collides with the obelisk. You hear it's like, and you watch as well as the inky blackness on the obelisk begins to crawl up the spell again before the spell like fully finishes, and it just falls into the pool. Looking at where you struck it, you can see a slight crack on the obelisk.
Mom,
Wait,
Floriana
wait,
broke the
Philip.
obelisk.
Look upon this obelisk that seems to be related to your temple thing.
Yes, I'm gonna try to like climb up there.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll follow him up.
The obelisk is about
Yeah, it's
10
like up
feet
on top
above.
Of, like, a big mound of
So you climb up onto the outer side of it. Okay, yeah, that's easy enough to do.
yeah, not
there's-
like in the ceiling though.
Yeah, like it's steep, but it's mostly like packed dirt, so you're able to just like dig your fingers in and crawl your way up to the top.
I'm just gonna like pull my sword out again.
Mm-hmm.
See if this worked like last time, and I'm just gonna like poke at it and kind of touch it against it. And
So you're just
if I
gently
get no
poking it,
reaction-
or are you giving like a
yeah,
proper
if I
stab?
get no reaction from that, then I'm gonna.
Yeah. So
hit it
you
with my sword.
gently poke it. Nothing happens.
Now, Tom, can I ask you a very important question?
Yes.
What is this obelisk made out of?
It's difficult to see because of whatever this essence is around it.
Right.
Like it looks jet black from what you can see.
Gross. Okay.
Fortune, do you want to lick it?
Jet black isn't necessarily.
I kind of
gross,
do want to look at. Yeah, I kind of.
Are you going to lick
Does
it?
it not? Does my sword just like clang off of it if I?
Yeah, it's like you're poking something solid.
But I meant like if I get no reaction from it, I could swing at it.
Okay, make an attack roll. And Fortune, are you actually going to lick it?
Yes.
Okay, so
Watch
you
your
lick
tongue.
it. Make a
swinging
Constitution
blade.
saving throw for me, please.
Okay.
One-hander.
Oh no.
Oh boy, what did I do?
It just started death.
14. Okay, well, first most, you take 6 points of cold damage and 6 points of force damage.
What?
Ooh.
Force damage?
Yep. But you made the Constitution save, so beyond just like, it almost feels like you are licking something that is not only ice cold, but it's weird. Even though it tastes like very acidic, it doesn't like. It doesn't give you like poison damage or acid damage or anything. But just as you do, you just feel like your entire soul is being like pulled into this obelisk. And as you pull away, it's like your brain is somewhat dazed, but you're able to just keep yourself together from it.
I'm just gonna go sit in the corner now.
Fortune. Is it tasty?
Good night, lass.
It's
Fortune, was it?
cold and it's weird.
Do you need healing?
Yes.
I go into my bag and I pull out
Not
my.
with strange magical thing rock.
So Valor,
I
13
shall-
hits, so roll damage.
15 hit. Sure,
Yeah.
I can do that.
I shall cure wounds on her by giving her head pats.
9 slashing, 1 necrotic. Ow.
Yep.
Okay, so after you get no reaction from poking it, you just like take the sword and you just swing at it from the side. You get about an inch or two in, and then the blade gets stuck, and as you pull it out, you can see the area where you'd actually had like slashed into you can see the black like liquid begin to drip from it.
Just like gooping out of it. Oh.
It's still like raindrop amounts.
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
But at the same
like I cut
time,
the big black obelisk and it bled.
yeah. But at the same time, you begin to hear like some slight like. Who's currently out there near the obelisk?
I am.
You
I'm by Fortune and her dumbass.
Trafnar, you recognize this noise. You heard a similar noise from a similar object in the bone swamps
Oh dear.
when it was damaged during battle.
Crocodiles?
What happened, guys?
I don't remember what happened when it got damaged.
I don't actually remember what happened.
You're asking us for something
For,
like
for, the,
that.
for the sake of the fact that it happened a long time ago, it's making the same kind of crackling and buzzing noise that the obelisk that the necromancer had utilized when it had taken damage.
We don't know what happened then, because that's what we knew already.
Oh yeah, we did break it.
Yes, you did.
We broke it?
But before it was broken and you had just damaged it, it was making like this crackling and popping noise.
If nothing immediately happens,
No.
then I
Evil Evie.
Holy shit, if that's actually what's happening.
Oh
just gonna,
god.
like hit it. I don't know. Just gonna. I don't know.
Does anyone here know what dispel magic?
No, I'm just gonna keep hitting it.
Nope.
Okay, go ahead and make
I
another
know
attack roll, Valid.
Wait, funny that you mentioned that because I do in fact know how to dispel magic.
I'm just
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
big two-handed swing that
Big
time.
two. Oh,
That was a 19.
that'll okay. Go ahead and roll damage.
Yeah, a little bit higher dice roll number.
To do about the same damage.
Okay, so you adjust your stance. You swing again, roughly in the same spot. You get very close to hitting the same spot. It sticks in. The crackling gets much louder, and as you pull away, no change in the dropping of liquid coming out of it.
Because he mentioned it, we will actually go out and I will use dispel magic on this obelisk.
Come up behind me.
No, I will
Okay.
Big man,
stand up their distance.
Let me just check something because I know there's
yeah, I'm
something.
not the smartest man in the world, but like, if it's sparking and going mad, I wouldn't hit it anymore, you know?
Trafnar, you remember what happened when the obelisk in the bone swamps broke?
What happened?
You were all blasted with energy. Not a.
We did get a bit fucked up last time when we
It
tried one of these,
wasn't.
and
It wasn't a crazy. It wasn't a powerful amount of energy, but it still hurt you nonetheless. So if you're gonna cast a spell magic, then I need you to make an ability check. So roll a d20, add your spellcasting modifier.
Okay. Wait, modifier or attack or bonus?
Your modifier.
Okay, so that would be charisma, right?
Yes, it should be on your when you're looking at your
He's a
spell
bard.
book.
Yeah,
It should say.
Charisma, you're a bard.
Yeah. So basically, you roll a d20 and add 7 to it. I think. Wait, that's spell attack bonus. No, never mind.
Then it's 4.
Yeah, because that just includes a proficiency. That's all
Yeah.
that.
D20 plus 4.
Roll charisma.
Roll that shit.
That was a dot roll.
Yeah.
15. You send out the spell. You watch as the entire obelisk just like sparkle with the energy. You actually watch as the liquid begins to reach out at the essence of the magic, but as it does, the spell fails. The magic is not dispelled, and what liquid had like stretched out falls onto the ground.
On top of us.
Not on top of you. I would assume that you got a bit of a distance away when he casted this.
We are dumb fucks, to be fair.
Oh boy,
Would
that
you like
sounds...
to be, touched by it?
No.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
boy.
I thought not.
But I'm just wondering if Troth and I would have the wherewithal to like move.
Anyone that's outside and is just watching the obelisk, you do see like it's almost like tendrils begin to reach out at the at where the arcane sparks are, and as the spell ends, the liquid that was stretching out just drops to the ground.
It's
Oh
different than where
boy,
we are.
that's some
Yeah, I'm
powerful
going to
magic.
stop.
Yeah.
I'll
watching Lord-
climb down away from the obelisk. There wasn't any before I leave. There wasn't like any markings on it really. Like it was just like kind of like the other one.
Smooth black.
Still smooth. Yeah. So I'll just climb down.
Just to check, I'm sure this is not everything, but I think in my background, like as part of training the wardens, we were given some knowledge about like abyssal, arcane, dark magics. Is this like anything I've ever read before?
I would say make an intelligence check with disadvantage.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I don't have enough heals for that.
7.
Oh fuck! I got a D20. Oh.
You've heard of it, but it's been a long time since you studied up on this, so it's foggy.
Yeah.
Old man, Alzheimer's. Looking ass.
Pretty much. But it's basically like saying, like, right, remember what you learned 150 years ago.
Maybe you're a dwarf.
Well, I know, but I'm also a drunk dwarf.
Yeah, like you're a dwarf, like I said.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Okay, so I know it rings something of a bell, this magic, but not enough to warrant like, oh, I know exactly what this is, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can we slap
bollocks.
Proxor and see if he'll remember better?
Yeah. Yeah. Just everyone gathered around me in a circle is going, Trothnar, you dumb fuck!
So sad.
I know.
Just listening into remembering.
Who are you people? Leave me alone.
I do remember that this is quite dangerous.
Hey. I mean, you weren't here the first time, but like, these things explode and it's not very fun, to be honest.
Keep in mind, the one
Yeah.
in the bone swamp was pure white, whereas this one is pure dark.
Hey.
We aren't
Dark.
sure what this will do.
Okay.
So, Lift, do you talked with your patron? Did he remind you anything about obelisks like this? This is one that we found like in your temple.
Yes, it was similar. It was seemed to be sort of something that kept him imprisoned, or was a chain to holding it down.
We solved that with
But
your sword, right?
we
You solved that with your sword?
yes, that's what I tried to do up there, but I'm not sure if this is exactly that.
I think they will need different keys,
Maybe
all different keyblades.
we could still destroy this if we stand back from at a distance, and
If we
My only
do,
concern is that if we do, what's stopping whatever this horrible dark liquid is from spreading? If your master is saying it's almost like a chain that held him down was like this, perhaps we shouldn't destroy it. If it's a cage, perhaps we shouldn't destroy this one.
yeah,
We didn't destroy the other obelisk in the temple, right? It just is
No,
there.
so
yeah, we
with
really
the,
destroy it. That's kind of what I like.
the obelisk,
wasn't like a
the obelisk in the temple behaved differently from this one. When you tried
Yeah.
to attack the obelisk in the temple, spells seem to have had no effect. In fact, it rebounded directly to the
Yeah.
caster. This obelisk, while it appears to try and absorb the magic, it does take damage.
yeah. So we could we could stand back and hurl spells at it to take it down, or if we really wanted to go overboard, we could use this. Like pull out the Celestine core that I still have.
Oh my god.
Oh no, no.
I think we'll
Save
need
that
about that.
for something later, just in case we'll need it.
Precious.
Yeah, I'm sort of saving. That's sort of my I save this for.
Yeah, just like I'm out of
Well,
options.
why do you still have highly stable
It's
grenade?
mine.
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah. It's like, it's like, I'm out of options. What happens if I throw this Fabergé egg at it?
It's a Fabergé egg filled with nitroglycerin.
Exactly, yeah.
So,
Well, I mean, with the stuff that's leaking out, there was some sort of reaction with this. I pull out the half-empty vial of the many of Kimberly's byproduct.
You know, when you word it like that, it doesn't sound right.
It's a
Oh
byproduct.
god, is it
Fair
a milk
enough.
color?
I am. Hindsight is 20/20, but still, what would happen if we poured on this less concentrated area of it?
maybe it just is eating through certain types of magical things.
I think we know that
we have
it
enough healers.
sort of.
I will. What
do you-
say that in a way that's not gonna kill me.
That's always such a good beginning of like, what should we do?
Yeah,
Okay,
we
well,
got
have a lot of
enough
healers, that'll be fine. Yeah, we got some healers, that'll be fine.
It's fine. I'm just gonna pour one of my potions on it. It's
Oh,
also
right,
liquid.
right.
Wait, what potion are you pouring onto it?
I'm gonna head over to the liquid. I'm gonna pour a potion of healing onto the
Bruh.
onto the liquid.
Okay,
Bruh.
50 gold.
you
I
pour
make 'em.
you pour the liquid in.
Still too much.
It does make a hissing noise, a much more audible one. And you watch as the liquid, like, the red sheen stays for a bit before it sinks. Like, the red sheen actually, like, sinks under the liquid. But you do watch as a good chunk of it does turn to the same blacky goop as before.
Hold on. So,
Okay.
this is a
I'm
more
gonna do
mad
anything.
thinking here.
At best, I could say that maybe the byproduct thing just isn't, offensive. Like, it's not gonna kill you if you drink it. Hopefully.
Could
Are
be.
there
Right.
any like small rocks in the area?
You are in a forest. There are plenty of small rocks.
Wrong.
Okay, I would like to take a small rock.
Okay.
I will name him Frederick, and he'll be my he'll be my new pet.
No, we haven't tested the liquid on living things yet.
True.
Nope.
I thought we did.
This may be the Evita part of my brain, but we could like find like a squirrel or something.
You really want to
Oh,
get an actual animal. We did throw an apple in it. It basically just corroded it into the liquid.
Yeah,
But
Actually,
that's not
guys,
the same.
it's organic material.
We
It's
could
organic, but like, you know,
possibly try with Valeth's pet. It's a familiar. You can just find familiar again. Just dip it in
But
the
it's-
potion because apparently the byproduct thing there lets it
I'm not
just
sure
sink
The
that-
only problem is about that is the fact that as a familiar, he would be inherently magic.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
not exactly. He's really more of a spirit.
Yeah,
I say we go find like a squirrel or a bunny or something.
not a bunny.
Yeah.
Not but.
Okay.
You really want to do this?
What's a
Let's go
non-adorable
find a
animal that we could
squirrel
throw
trash
into the
can.
combat?
Okay,
Wait,
so
trash
you can.
can
Here, I
Just
have
some more,
Archimedes right
Alright, this time
here.
you can. Okay, you can use locate plants and animals this time. Actually,
We're not
I could.
sacrificing Archimedes.
We're not sacrificing Archimedes.
If you'd like, I could find us something.
Telling
Like
you
what?
the Evita part of my brain right now.
We could just throw one of the children in there.
no.
Kick Florian. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna go out and find a squirrel or a bird or a bunny, just any tiny living creature of which I will not feel bad if I take its life.
If you find a mouse, I'm keeping it.
Make a survival check, Nemesis.
I will actually keep a lookout in case anything comes this way. Yeah.
14. Okay. being a big buff armored covered lady, you do struggle to catch things like squirrels. However, I'd say over 14, you do manage to see a wild boar.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
shit.
Oh, wow.
Big million.
Oh my god, can
What
I
do you do?
catch it?
Sure.
Do it. You're like out there doing it.
Make an
Right,
animal
look at the
handling
I'm
check.
doing this shit.
You got rope. You got muscles.
Big,
Hog tie it. Yeehaw.
Hey.
Yeah, you
big wrestle.
you kind of
Wrestle.
you're not too
Yeah.
skilled on your outdoor stuff, but you just kind of like put a few rations down, and when it gets close, you're able to grab it. It thrashes a bit, but being the strong paladin that you are, you're able to keep a hold of it.
Now ride it into the pool. Let's ride it.
I just run back in with this boar, this
Come
poor
back
boar.
dragging like a hog
Why'd you
tied
bring a boar? You said like a squirrel, not
Okay,
You're
okay,
bigger
Sam,
than me.
we'll see you later.
All right,
Sab.
see you later, Sav.
Oh,
Bye,
bye, Sav.
Listen,
I
this
have-
was what I could find.
Couldn't
This is
just have
How
Dulce
big is
and
this?
polymorph it
How
into
big
something
is this?
smaller? That way, if it instantly kills it, we can at least try to get it out before it fully dies.
How big is this boar
Do
actually?
you really want me to waste such a powerful spell?
The
We'll let you take a long nap.
boar is it's not like huge. It's not like the boars in this particular area of Hansor don't grow particularly big.
yeah, it's like just
Um,
like wild pig.
Yeah. It's like a wild
Big.
pig basically.
Listen, pig, it has no actual family or people who care for it. I
know
don't
that.
know them now. God,
Has
It
anyone
makes
here
it
actually heard
worse.
a pig before? Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I have, but I'm terrible at making
Just
sounds.
So I just say oink 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 oink
Just
oink
like-
I
oink
hate myself for this. I'm gonna feel really
just like-
bad, but I'm
just
gonna
like-
throw it in.
Okay.
We all like
I don't
gather
wanna
around
be
the
a
black
rest-
pool, and then Nemesis throws
Wait,
the pig
I-
in.
Wait, into the pool or like the little.
Into the pool with the black stuff.
Okay. So you throw it in. You watch as you throw it in. It actually goes like almost up to the top of its like to the top of its head. It
sorry.
takes a shitload of damage from that.
Jesus.
I'm so sorry.
You see it thrash for a second before it just stops. And then you watch as the pool, like it stays stationary, and then you watch as tendrils begin to reach up and sort of wrap around it. You
While
see,
it's doing that, can one of us hit the tendrils?
sure.
What?
Wait, are you attacking with range or?
I volunteer
I don't
Valor
have
as a
any
tribute.
range.
I
so
will
I'm
Eldritch Blast
attack.
the tendrils.
Yeah.
Like Delson Eldritch Blade.
Okay, go ahead and cast it.
Pew pew.
Make the attack rolls.
Okay.
I guess I'll follow.
Literally,
you
this whole
right.
session is just gonna be us fucking with this pool.
I mean, you have
Yeah,
spent an
totally,
hour on it.
Pretty much.
My God, it's already been an hour.
The first one just goes straight into the pool. The weird thing you notice with the Eldritch Blast, though, is that it just goes straight in as if there's nothing there. The other one hits, but nothing seems to happen to it. And then you watch as the boar slowly turns your way. But you can just see the very top of it,
No.
and it begins to move forward slowly. More of these tendrils wrapping around it, until eventually you watch as the pool just open up almost, and jumping out you can see the boar, but this time you can see its eyes are just burning yellow. Its skin looks almost wooden, solid black, and you can see the tendrils that are on its back extend outwards. I would like there's not going to be a visual representation, but I would like everyone to roll initiative.
We have created
Oh, you might-
a.
What did we
Am I
make?
allowed to also
We have
cast-
made boar all.
Yeah, throw your icon
Yeah,
into
so
the
we made
start
a boar
thing, and
altar,
then
that's
do
awesome.
your throw your icon into the thing, and onto the start thing, and then just click on it to roll your initiative.
I feel like we pissed off at least like a dozen gods by doing this.
This is why we
Probably.
should have just done a squirrel, not a boar.
I mean, I like the boar better. Tiny like squirrel.
Am
Like,
I allowed to cast Divine Sense?
What was that?
While this is happening, am I allowed to cast Divine Sense?
I'll say yeah. You cast it as it begins to turn. It does not feel like it's fiend, undead, and celestial, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't sense any of them. You sense something though. But just like
I'd
with the
be
tech
able
magic,
to
Well,
see eldritch entities too. Like that would make sense, but
those are
as I
aberrations.
said, you sense something.
yeah.
But it's not like it's almost like the gods themselves can't identify what this is, but you know that it is
Right.
something that they.
This done shook Volith.
So essentially, what it is the you actually like get a sense from your angelic guide that it's something that not even they talk about.
Right. Fucking.
Fuck is that?
I'll roll
What
for
the
Gration
fuck?
and Ray.
What the fuck is that?
Fuck is that? Just God becomes Alia.
We're all just like, ah.
There we go. Okay, and I'll just.
Can I
Yeah.
can I shout, get back, you foul demon in abyssal? That's it.
Sure.
Anything
Okay,
happen?
it doesn't react. So, top of the
Okay.
round, Fortune. Oh wait,
That was
actually,
a great
one sec.
idea.
Actually, wait, one sec. Actually, wait. Oh no, it's still Fortune. There we go. I'm not going to put the boar on there because I don't have the token for it. Actually, I'll just put a boar token on there.
Yay!
It's not actually a boar at this point, but
It's more than a boar.
yeah, actually it is.
It's more.
So
I've
Oh,
updated
God,
the-
it's angry.
I feel like Volith wants to walk in the
Yeah.
pool.
Oh my god, guys! It's not a bore anymore. It's a dull.
It's a
Okay.
what?
It's no
It's a-
longer boring.
It's a dull. Yeah.
It's a dull.
I get it. Fuck you.
Fuck you. Yeah.
Anyways, I've updated the campaign notes and
pretty
I've
Okay.
explicitly mentioned both jokes about making it a poison boar and just named it Boar.
Okay,
Yep.
Fortune, you're up.
Like, it's good enough. That's basically what happens in Face.
What you doing, Fortune?
Or
let's-
bolt. Or
Oh.
bolter,
We
if
went
you
to
will.
attack as usual.
Just gonna run up at it and try to stab it.
Yeah.
That misses.
Bolter, if you will.
Yeah, that'll hit. Go ahead and roll damage. You do get sneak attack because technically you're all gathered around it and you can't just step back quickly.
Yay!
23 points of damage. Okay.
The owl demon boars are
All right.
berserkers, so
It's given the fact that it's just a boar, it already looks hurt just from that just very quick stab. Nemesis, you're up.
It's the state
Right.
of fear.
I am going to hit it with my warhammer twice.
Okay, go ahead and swing.
Standard attack. Yep.
put the light of Jesus into it.
First one hits, second one misses.
What have we done?
We'll just. Yeah, this is fucked up.
Nem.
So go ahead and roll damage for your attack.
Dead.
Jeez, I can't spell boar.
It's just baby damage.
It didn't say how much damage you did on mine.
Oh, it's a 4.
Oh.
Because I rolled a 1.
Here.
Oh, there we
and
go.
then plus 3.
Oh, here's a boar.
Okay.
It's a bit less intimidating. Honestly, it actually kind of looks pretty fitting. Actually, it's got deep dark yellow eyes and
Yeah, it kind of looks like
deep black.
Yeah.
Because he said it had yellow eyes. What was the fur? Did it turn black as well?
Yeah, so it's like nearly like pitch black, and you can just see these tendrils up on its back, just lazily flailing about.
Oh my god, it is a
good.
demon boar.
Floriana, what's your dex bonus?
I think they're plus Crap, let me look at it. I think it's a +2.
Floriana's just 15.
50.
She-
So that
yeah,
is
15 is
a...
her dexterity score, which is +2.
Yeah, +2. Yeah.
The ball goes first then. Because of its enhancements that it's gotten, it has had a big boost on its scores.
Swole.
Piggy enhancement.
Well, here's a bigger board.
So, it is going to
Just gonna
do
drag
a...
Floriana.
It is going to do a tentacle flail attack. So I need everyone to make a dex save.
Okay.
Oh, son of a dix.
Piggy
Okay.
Dexterity save. Cool.
Oh,
If all
yeah.
rolled anything but ones.
Ho 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 ho. Dexterity.
Okay.
As a reaction,
Oh my
I want to just
Guys.
Yes.
want to, as a
Yes,
reaction,
all
just
of the
milk
dead
out of
bitches.
here.
Okay, so... Fortune, you take... I know you've got evasion, but this is like a directed attack, not an AoE attack. So you take...
Can I use my uncanny dodge with this?
Yes, so you take 6 points reduced down to 3, reduced down to 1 of force damage. Valif, you take 6 points of force damage. Nemesis, 6 points of force damage. Floriana, 3 points of force damage. Delson and Gratian, you both take 3 points of force damage. Trofnar, you take 6 points of force damage.
6 points. Got it.
Yeah. The ball's looking very hurt at this point.
Jolly killer.
Floriana, you're up.
What was that?
It was me.
It's
The
already
boar
hurt.
is-
I don't know. I guess
Oh
I
my
can
God.
pew pew it.
It is just a boar, so
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, but it's a demon boar.
13 misses.
I know what this war is. It's a Sith Lord.
I guess I'm just gonna back up.
Okay. Yep, that's fine.
A Sith board, if you will.
Raya is going to
Shut
make
your mouth.
her attacks.
So good.
So that's a 16, that hits. No, it's a 17 actually, that hits. And she deals...
I pick a squirrel.
Shit, my dice.
I think we can handle squirrels. But...
I like this better.
Yeah, Shane, this is fun.
Because this is
That
much
fell on
more
my shoe,
worthy.
so...
It is.
4 points of damage. That'll actually do it because it had only 3 health left. So you just watch as Raya just steps forward. And, oh yeah, I didn't do a dex save for Raya. She takes half damage.
I'm excited to-
She just walks up to the boar and essentially like boots it on the underside of its chin. You hear a crack as its neck bends backwards. You hear it doesn't make like an oak noise, it makes a guttural like as it falls down, and you watch as the corpse begins to melt into begins to actually properly melt.
Yeah.
The entire time it's just going
So he just melts.
Yep.
Well, that was interesting.
Okay, so
Oh,
all in favor of blowing up this cave so nothing else goes in there.
We could.
What we
Hmm.
could technically like destroy the entrance so no one can get in,
Exactly.
but
Yeah.
I got a pickaxe.
Yeah,
I
let's
have those.
We
I
have
That's what I
five
meant.
star.
by sealing it
I have
off.
my skull.
So
That's
we're
how you
just
meant
gonna
you
seal
can
it.
seal it off.
So we're gonna seal it off and try to destroy it then.
Yeah, how like large is the entrance?
I don't think that we can destroy it with our current capabilities. So
Well, I think we could, but I don't know if we want to.
Yeah,
we
we'll
could.
just
If you guys didn't seem like you wanted to, I'd be okay with just standing back and shooting the obelisk to destroy it.
But what if that stuff gets out from the obelisk?
yeah, I don't know what the fuck's going on with that obelisk. I don't
It
think
is
I want
just
to
like a.
anymore.
It is just like a big flag on top of this mound of earth. Even if we seal the
Yeah.
entrance, curious people will come in here.
Honestly, can't get in. I mean, we can go back and tell people what we found and then go from there. But for now, I think that we should maybe block the entrance off so that normal people can't just wander inside.
Aye.
Yeah.
Make
it'll
make a
keep them
sign?
safe.
You could put a sign up.
What listens to sign?
Beware
Do not
of
enter.
beware of
Yeah.
evil
Vile
obelisk.
fool,
Attacked by
evil
boar.
fool.
I think it's easier
Jehovah's
to-
Witness meeting this way.
And perhaps
to
a
kill
no
them
swimming
in the
sign.
entrance and then clear it out after when we
No swimming.
if we come back.
I would agree on the swimming. That sounds fun.
Yeah.
I kind of want to put one of the dead bodies in the pool now.
No,
God.
we're not killing more
No.
abominations.
But like, it's not. It's already dead. I don't know. I want to just know if it'll take dead things and
If
We
you
have
want
reached-
to be my guest, you're big enough to
have
carry a
reached-
body by your own.
I mean, we did already throw a living thing in. So I'm fine with doing
Yeah.
this.
There's
Yeah,
no
I'll
more.
just pick the unluckiest looking dude and pick him up and
Yeah,
hurl
which
him
is like the
into pool.
weediest, like the least, without the least muscle mass,
Yeah,
Okay.
the smallest dude.
Here we go again.
the least swole.
And if the same thing happens, at least it'll be about the same. It'll be easier probably.
Pretty
But
much.
I'm gonna do that. Yeah.
All right.
Fucking Christ.
So, you throw it in.
I will prepare his an action to attack Vixexus.
Yeah, prepare the actions.
Okay. With
Yep,
that roll.
axe is out, people.
Prepare to reaffirm.
You watch as like you just
Very
kind of
much.
throw it in, so its legs are still like on the ground, but then you watch as just slowly again these tendrils reach up and slowly pull it in.
Just consume it.
But you notice that it only
like,
pulls like the torso in,
combination.
and it leaves the chest just dangling there. And, like it leaves everything like below the chest just still out of there.
Nothing like it doesn't turn into anything. Though.
No.
Okay. Well, that's good to know.
Interesting.
Still don't recommend swimming in it.
No living people in the pool, please.
You must be at least this dead to get to be in the pool.
And I need to go let my dog out again, real quick.
Yeah. How long? We must spend what, like 20 minutes in game.
I would say,
Like
through
an hour.
all the experimentation and searching for the boar and everything, you spent about an hour and a half, 2 hours here.
Okay, I think we need to move on.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree.
We should probably let like
So-
Kimberly and Burr and people know about this and the paladins and whatnot.
So sealing it off then.
We
or
still
we're
need
just
to
gonna
find whoever the fuck did this.
But yeah, we need to trace. We do need to trace them. To be fair, yeah.
It'd be better if we go out and try
Yeah,
to.
it's basically like a Lazarus pit, yeah.
I
Yeah, it
haven't
is.
thought of Lazarus in so long. Oh my god.
I think
But-
I'll
I
take a
still want to
minute.
make. I still want to make a sign.
Okay. I will go take. I guess I'll.
It's just going to make people more curious.
Yeah, but like put a warning up if they go in
No,
and get
what
themselves
we
killed.
need
It's
to
their
do
fault.
is we need to disguise it as like just a normal hill or something.
It's
No,
just
not,
like yeah, but like there's a big obelisk on the roof. Like
yeah, true.
it's
Just
just a
break-
big sign. Even if we
just put it-
just block the entrance off.
Put a giant blanket on it.
Yeah, we should at least cause like a small cave in, just by the entrance.
We could
I
do
think-
that.
Do you mind if I try
I think we
tracking
should
again?
maybe just leave it open and it's fine.
Okay,
I don't
fine.
know.
We will
Unless
leave
like animals
for-
wander in there and then like
for other
maybe
people.
demon bears
Until we
and
come back
shit.
to investigate and we're fighting an army of like demon rabbits.
What are you doing,
And then
Floriana?
it's just like the cave of
I'm just gonna try doing tracking again.
Okay, you
Oh,
don't get
the
much
cave of-
better than anyone else.
You mean?
yes, that one.
to see if I have
I guess we
anything.
should come. I guess we should destroy the entrance.
Oh, yeah, did I just want to sit here and guard the gate from idiots?
Not really.
Yeah, neither. I don't want to fucking be here by myself. Fuck
All right,
that
let's all go out.
noise.
Leave the
Okay.
cave. Everyone
On the
evacuate.
town, go drinking.
Havens.
How large is the like entrance to this cave again, Tick?
It's about 7 or 8 feet. Like you
It's
can't.
not
you
like
c-
super huge.
It's not huge. No, it's enough for like Raya can get in with no problems. For example,
Okay.
like it's big enough there she can get in comfortably.
Cave in.
Yeah.
Alright,
So I'll
so
Pew pew pew.
we're
How's
gonna
the little
do-
cave in?
I'll give here.
Platinum hold, Eldritch Blast, Thunder Smite.
Eldritch Blast.
Yeah, we don't need to waste any like spells like Thunder Smite or anything like that. But I'll just here, Trothnor, take this, and I give him my pickaxe, and then I'll stand back
yeah.
with Delson, and we'll Eldritch Blast it and like loosen things up, and then you can knock some chunks down.
Yeah, let's do that.
I will-
Dwarven work.
And I'll use Ray of Frost to freeze places.
I feel like that. I feel like
Break-
culturally, me giving Trothnor a pickaxe is like he'd be like, hey.
Yeah.
Right,
I mean,
so-
it is a little bit like, hey, man from Mexico, here's a sombrero.
No, well, like it's more like, but like lots of people actually really like if you enjoy their culture.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, very racist, but yeah, it is correct.
I don't think it's racist. Anyways,
No, we're messing with you. It's fine.
all right.
I'm more dwarf than you are. I'm from Platinum
Oh my
Hole. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm from Underrook. Fuck you.
I'm just being a dick.
All right. So
Yeah, we do that.
you spend the next about 40-45 minutes just breaking away at various bits, finding other bits of rock to like pull up onto it to try and cause like essentially a good enough blockage. There is a little bit of a gap at the top, but as you Trofnar, being the dwarf that you are, knows that there's no more bits that they can do without bringing the entire thing down.
Oh what? Just because I'm a dwarf, you think I know about mining? Do you?
I will.
Yes, it's literally one of your abilities.
It's
That
true,
that
yeah,
is
it
a
is.
literal stereo. That yes, you have a literal ability that allows you to ascertain stonework well.
Correct. And not only that, but like add. I think it's add double your proficiency bonus to the check.
Yes, so as your time as a dwarf who has lived in Underrock, a dwarven city, you are quite well aware with structural integrity of a lot of the stuff with small things like this, and you do ascertain like as you get nearby, like the gap isn't huge, like none of you guys can really fit through it, but it is there.
I might be able to.
And then I'll. Anybody that would like to write a warning here, I'll hand out some pieces of chalk, and then I'll like go over and draw a skull on the rocks in the
Oh my
entrance.
god.
That's my warning.
Yeah.
Scary, no.
I'll just yeah. Yeah. Someone just draws so scary. Ooh woo.
What did I miss?
Can I write can I write in dwarvish runes on it? Just beware.
Sure.
There we go. Nice.
Can I write in both
What can I
Common
say?
and Infernal and Thieves' Can't? Fortune was here.
Sure. You can write whatever it is that you want to write on there.
Yeah.
Maybe we should write Draconic, not a dragon here.
No dragon.
Yeah.
Oh, and just like keeping up with what we did back in the caves. Fortune loves Nemesis in Infernal.
Okay.
I don't know. You know.
Like in
You know what? I think I want to
in
do
like
that. I think I
another
will write.
700 years, other adventurers are gonna come to all these places and they're gonna
Like,
see
huh.
Fortune loves Nemesis and Infernal. They're gonna imagine like this great love story.
Oh
And
yeah.
really, they're
It'll,
two both like stupid fucking idiots.
it'll be like that one Simpsons episode where Bart has like an imagination of where he puts Bart was here and they bring him back in the future with technology.
Yeah.
Let's bring back technology.
You know, I think I will do the dumb thing. I will write in Draconic. There is no dragon here.
Yeah.
Somewhere.
All sorts.
Here
of
be no dragons.
Here be no dragon in Draconic. Just like.
There we go.
I will
That
write
should
in
keep- that should keep
Elven.
people out.
I shall write in Elven. Do not enter. Dangerous pool inside.
Are we running out of like hill to write on at this point?
There's
No, it's like big,
you've been
you know.
you've been using some rather big rocks and such. So there's
Okay.
plenty of space.
Just like all the rubble that's like fallen down in the entrance. It's like some
Yeah,
big
and
fun
as I said,
site.
you took some large rocks and kind of like rolled them up to the cave as well.
Yeah.
Just writes out the entirety of Baby Shark with drawings.
Oh, it's totally just like, runaway creation.
All
There
right.
we go. I think we got. I could write in giant, but it's fine. That's dwarf,
So-
dwarvish script.
Not
Giant
Baby
is
Shark,
dwarvish script.
Baby Thief.
You write your various messages on the rocks. Some of them as a warning, some of them just about a baby shark.
Aw.
And
Trolling whoever reads it.
I don't know. I kind of want to actually write a like rest in peace board in common.
whatever you want to do. All right. So, what is it that you wish to do now then?
So, either we head back to town and warn people about this place, or we attempt to perhaps pick up a trail or something. As to where
Try
these
to
people went.
find wherever the fuck these people went.
Indeed.
That's very illegible.
We should try to find them.
I mean, alright, we know of 2 other camps that are in the area, and we know that those weird ass goblin demonic things
Yes. Those
are for the
could have
people in
been-
charge. If we were able to follow them, then they would lead us to. Fuck.
Just to remind you, there was 4 of them, and you've killed 3 of them.
I think we're
There's only 1 left.
Yes.
Yes.
So there are 2 other camps. Grayson, do you think you can find them?
I think between the eyes of Akasha, and I'll like make the raven appear out of my just like crawls out of my sleeve. and
It's a cool magic trick.
Gratian, we can see for quite a ways and then perhaps track it down.
You're gonna try and track it. Alright.
Well, yeah, we're
What
not 100%
What
sure
the
what
rest
it is.
of us do in the meantime? What do you guys want to do?
Well, we'll walk around, I assume.
Yeah, like, aren't we looking for the camps? We should stay together.
But we can look for the camps while he's doing that. We'll probably just have to guide him, though.
Yeah.
Can't,
Right.
like run in any
I'm on the
trees or
cart.
anything. I can't see with Akasha's eyes.
All
Place
right.
them in the
That-
cart.
Fine.
So, what's Akasha doing, and what's the rest of you doing?
Are we trying to find the rest of those camps?
Trying
Yeah,
to find
we
the
wanna
other camps while he's doing that.
And Gratian can like look for tracks on the ground. Just
Yeah.
kind of look at the sky and if there's a campfire.
And Akasha's looking for that goblin thing.
Okay. If that's the case, these go ahead and make a survival check for Akasha. And actually, no, not
It's
survival.
using my eyes. Like it's not like she's doing anything.
Oh, so she's. I thought Akasha's
She's
looking.
just like
for...
I'm just like fine familiaring, right? I can just like see through. Oh, she's a. No, she's not.
But she's trying to locate the goblin creature thing.
Yeah.
Make a perception check for her then. Not survival
And I
check,
think
perception.
actually no, because she's a raven. I think it's different. 'Cause I
And
chose to be
Gratian, make a
raven.
survival check if you're looking for tracks.
Yeah, I hate you, Anno, so much.
You shut your mouth.
Okay, Raven as +1. Okay.
Nine.
9.
Nine.
Nine.
So,
So dumb.
Oh, it should be +3. So technically, that's actually that
12.
Would be, oh, was that survival
No,
or
that's-
perception?
perception.
Okay, then that should be 11. Not
11. Okay. All right. So just to check, which direction are you guys like waiting until Gratian finds a trail, or are you going in a direction?
West, I guess.
So you're going southwest. Okay.
Because that was the direction the tracks went.
Yeah. So you follow through. You do spot the tracks that you took to get from the second camp to the obelisk. And that's it. You do lose track of the other ones because obviously doing repeated checks on the same tracks is going to result in a higher DC and such. But as you keep going this direction, you do know, Gratian knows anyway, of this heading to the second camp where you guys had found Tiyanna. But beyond that, you don't see any recent tracks. And as for Akasha, you like have her fly to the absolute limit of where you can realistically communicate with her to adjust her angle and such. You don't find anything. So you keep heading in a southwestern direction.
Yeah, do we just wander around sort of blind, or do we head back to the camp where we found Tiyanna and look for? Because I think that we, I just don't remember exactly how everything turned out.
Keep in mind that in the
guys
time
searched the camp and everything, but someone else may have come there and seen what happened.
Yeah.
Just so you know, just for the length of time that you've been doing your investigation stuff, it is now around mid-afternoon.
Okay. Perhaps we should just head back to town.
Maybe.
If we went to the second camp where Tiyanna was held and checked it, would we make it back in time before dark to the village?
Yes, you'd make it. So long as you don't spend. I mean, it'll take you about an hour or two to get from the camp to the village. So you can spend about 2-3 hours in the second camp.
Right, I want to go to the second camp to see if anyone else has gone over there or if something has changed, and then we can go back.
Okay.
That's a good idea.
Fair assumption.
Yeah, boy.
So you make your way to the second camp. It's relatively easy because as you've got Gratian there who can't get lost, he's able to lead you to where the second camp is.
Alright. Then let's go ahead and search the camp and see if anything's changed. Are the bodies still there? Like,
Make an investigation check.
alright.
I will help with the investigations.
All right. Go ahead and make it with advantage then.
Advantage.
Or you can do your separate rolls. It's your choice.
I guess I'll do the 1.
9.
Oh my god, no.
You don't see anything particularly out of place. You can see the goblin-like creatures have already appeared to start decaying already.
Gross.
You have a quick look around the camp. You check in the pit where Tiyanna was. There was only the one bandit body because you took the other one with you when he was still conscious. The one thing you noticed with the bandit body, though, he no longer has his weapon.
Interesting, okay.
Looters.
What about the tents? Is there anything in there?
So, looking through the tents as before, they seem to be untouched from the last time you had to look inside them.
Mind if I like do a perception to see what's around?
Make a perception check.
I am not the wise.
13.
But wise enough.
You look around. I mean, everything's outside of the missing weapon on the dead bandit and the decomposing bodies of the Bargists. Everything looks the same. There doesn't appear to be anyone looking, or just seems the same as it was when you last got here, minus the missing weapon.
Okay. Guess that means that there's kind of just nothing Nothing here that we can really find.
No.
What was there tracks that we could find from the big goblin dog thing?
Like specifically looking for Bargus tracks.
Yeah, like because we kind of knew what direction it went in.
Yeah,
And
so
we
the
could-
direction that the Bargus that you saw two of them teleport away, and the other one just ran.
Yeah.
So the one that just ran in the ambush spot, which is not where this camp is.
Oh, I see. Yeah, we killed the ones that are they like.
Yeah, so the two that were in this camp you killed.
Okay. That's what I was remember that right.
Now, if they were the ones that teleported, or if one of them was the one that ran away, you can't really tell. You had done quite a number on the three that ran away, so it's difficult to really tell.
Yeah, there's no actual tracks coming from this camp.
Go ahead and make a survival check just to see. He's specifically looking for Bargus tracks, we'll say.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Somebody wants to give me a hand can.
I know I have something else I want to do, so.
And investigation.
So
62.
I said survival, not investigation, but that's fine.
Oh.
That's fine.
14? I don't know.
14? That's still a high roll. You do find some faint tracks that lead... they go towards this second camp. You follow them for about a couple of 100 feet, and then they just vanish.
They disappear.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you do see that the ones right when it disappears, they're much deeper pressed down.
Yeah. Some sort of teleportation. They
Which
did-
two of them did teleport away with Dimension Door, so...
was going to go over to where the bandit body, missing weapon, and also investigate for tracks there.
Okay, make an investigation check. A survival check, even.
Yeah.
10.
Hey.
It's difficult to say. The ground's pretty tousled up from your battle in that particular area.
Alright.
They have a map of the forest, and I know we don't.
No, there is no map of the forest to give.
Yeah, I think we've hit a dead end.
Yeah.
The Gratian. Can I ask Gratian?
Gratian is the map of the
idea
forest.
Where another camp could be.
I would assume Gratian is sort of writing little notes here and there. It's not an detailed one, but it is probably enough that you can... I'm not going to make you draw your map, but just know that with how he's drawing it, it's giving you a good idea of where to go.
Gratian, where do you think there could be another camp? There's, what, 2 more left still we haven't found?
Two
I
more
don't
that
think that's
Jonathan
how it
knew of,
works.
but Jonathan did
Gratian
mention that
cast
there might have
detect
been
camp.
more.
I don't think that's how it works at all.
You have no idea. Your favorite terrain lets you go about in the forest, but that doesn't mean that you know where everything in the forest is.
I was just hoping to give
Alright.
like a nature check or like a survival check. Like, where would an approximation be of where would be a good idea to make a camp?
It doesn't work like that, I'm afraid.
I know, but this is wanted it to work that way.
We've reached a dead end.
Yeah.
Then let's head back to town.
Essentially.
All right.
Gratian is
we
not
should-
the Lorax.
I don't think we just have the magic knowledge at all to figure this shit out.
Okay.
Probably not, honestly, but it would have been nice to find something.
It was a good
yeah.
attempt. It was a good attempt. It's just the 14-hour head start kind of makes stuff a lot more difficult when you put in the essence of time into things.
Yeah, we just we were beaten up. Some of us didn't even have any spell slots, and if we were gonna fight a big giant demon thing.
Yeah, it happens. So
Yeah.
So-
Alright.
you make your way back to the town. By the time you arrive, the sun is setting. You actually see that there's a bit of a crowd gathering. near to the entrance of the village. As you get a bit
Okay.
closer, you can see there are soldiers on horseback. Count at least 12 of them. One of them is currently off the horse and is speaking with somebody. They're still fully armored, full helm, so you can't see their faces and such.
Do they have any recognizable symbols on their armor?
If you want to get closer to them, then you can have a look.
Okay, I'll get closer.
Okay, so you kind of get closer. You do recognize the sigil that some of them have got on their chest. They are the sigil of the Rona family. Specifically, it's the sigil for the Lord's Guard that directly report to the Ronas, known as the Oak Brands.
Oh shit.
And as you stand near them, as you being the tall person you are, you kind of tower over everybody. As you kind of get near the back of the crowd, the person that's on the Oak Brand soldier that is speaking to a person looks up, sees you, just puts his hand just to stop the person talking and begins walking towards you.
Okay.
The
Kind of.
crowd sort of parts, and the person stands in front of you, just kind of looks up at you because he's shorter than you. I was wondering when you would be Rona. You just take his helmet off and you can see the helmet hair, but still the face of Roland Rona.
Roll it.
Hey.
Hello.
Why have you come here?
Would you have believed me if I said that my wife ordered me to?
Honestly, I would.
I was informed of Tyr's return with Tiyanna. He explained everything to me, and from what Tiyanna had told Celine, she told me to take some of my best men and arrive here as soon as possible to assist.
That seems
Well,
bad.
I'm afraid there's not quite a lot to assist with. We've been looking all day and we can't find anything.
Unless you can find these people that have done this.
That's the intention.
Hmm.
Is there anything that you can tell me then?
Well, we found a place where they were conducting some kind of ritual, a summoning.
Continue.
We were in the bone swamps. There were these things, obelisks, if you will.
I'm aware of the ancient
There's a similar
obelisks.
structure here.
You're
In a cave that we sealed up.
And in it, there's some sort of black substance that either sucks in anything that you put in it, or if you're alive, turns you into some kind of monster.
He turns around and beckons to one of the soldiers, who kind of jumps off his horse and walks forward. You hear him mutter somewhat loudly because he has his helmet on, but still quietly. Make a perception check, see if you can hear him.
Alright.
19.
Yay.
So you pretty much hear everything here. So you hear him say, "They found an ancient obelisk that had a black visceral liquid in. Yes, I think we need the Archmage onto this. It sounds like void work." He just taps him on the shoulder. Do you happen to know whereabouts this is? I would rather have some guards keep watch over it, and potentially it be looked after by one of our mages.
We do. We did seal off the entrance just in case.
That will be fine. We can clear the way through. What's important is that we make sure that nobody goes near this. If it is what I think it is, then it is imperative that we leave it be, or destroy it.
Yes, we can tell you where it is, or lead you to it even.
I would much rather you inform some of my guards here. They shall look after it until I return.
Alright. I'll turn to Gratian. Gratian, you know the forest. You can tell them.
Write it on the map.
So for sake of brevity, he gives the basic like directions of where to go, and you watch as about half of these of the Oakbrand Lord's Guard just like jump back on their horses and begin to gallop out. I shall do until we get the mages in here. Fallow.
Yes. Rona.
Oh!
Jesus.
I must ask, is there somewhere where you intend to go, or are you willing to humor the Rona family for another day or so?
What?
Regardless of my hatred for the Fallows, it's undeniable that you've done a great service to the Rona family. You have saved my daughter, the heir to the Rona family. And neither me nor Celine would rather that be unrewarded. However, I don't have the means to reward you here, which is why I'm asking if you need to go to a place of urgency, or if you're willing to humor us for a day or so.
I would be willing to return to Exeter with you.
I think we're all not in too big of a rush right now.
Fine, whatever. Okay.
You seem rather annoyed, dwarf.
I would agree though that he's always annoyed.
Don't
Just
worry,
give
he's
him
always
something
like
to
that.
drink, he'll be okay.
I just like flash, just like I'm gonna kill you eyes at Fortune for saying that.
Hey, they could fund our next drinking competition.
I know, but I've got a life of my own, you know. I got shit I need to do.
Life that you've been running from for 100 or so years. I doubt
Exactly.
it.
If you have a place that your compatriot here needs to go to urgently, then I may be able to arrange for something to get you there quicker, depending on where it is.
It's in, I don't have the map. What was the name of the place, guys?
Let me move
Oh.
on to the map.
It was by Groth.
Grothfield. Oh fuck. What?
There you
I
go.
can pull up the map right now.
There's a map.
There we go.
Yep.
It's the map.
We were
It's the map.
headed to
See,
Grothfield.
where are we?
Yeah.
We
Oh.
are.
I can arrange quick transport to Graffield.
Trothnor, a day or two will be fine.
Okay.
We'd save time in waiting. Because we would be, if we left now, we'd have to take the long. But if we stayed, we could get faster transport.
Indeed.
Two.
Depending
Appreciate that.
on what it is that I am able to arrange, I could even get you there within a day. But for now, I suppose it is only right that we return to Exeter with all haste.
Oh. Delson has the chalk. Of course, I should probably
It needs to
tell
recharge.
Tiberus.
It takes a week to
It takes
recharge.
a little while to recharge.
It takes a week to recharge. I totally forgot about
Yeah.
that. Someone should buy like another thing of chalk so that we don't have
We
to
got
wait.
2 chalks.
Yeah, so that we have 2 chalk.
Uh,
Twice a week though. We just needed 7 teleportation socks. Like
One
for each day of the
more
week.
For every day
thing
of the week.
before we leave
That's so
here.
Oh,
devastating.
yeah.
One more
Well.
thing before we return to Exeter. This is just an assumption, but the body that was found recently in this town, I assume, was your doing.
Yes, that was me. Us, but yes.
Was he
Is the
with...
one that was holding Tiyanna captive.
Turns,
Oh, important.
turns to look at one of the guards. Bring the body, and the clerics will make it talk. We'll get our answers regardless.
Creepy.
Excellent.
Well, I guess
I mean, it just got
revived is
her
more
hand chopped
scary
off.
than.
Like, that's, yeah.
Yeah.
He didn't really talk too much about threat of death, so maybe he'll talk after death, I guess.
We have ways of
Don't
making
lie.
even the dead talk, ways which, admittedly, I'm not proud to do, but I'm sure you can understand in this situation that I don't care what the gods think of my methods currently.
Can
I don't care.
understand that mindset.
I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
Very well, let us return to Exeter. He
Alright.
puts back on his helmet, gets on his horse, and he just kind of waits for you guys to, get back onto your cart and such.
Yep. Alright. Let's get loaded in and go.
Mhm.
As you kind of ride by, he says, a bit louder because he's got the helmet on at this point. We'll set up camp a little bit further away, rather not keep these villagers nervous with our presence.
We need a random encounter with them. It's like yeah, we have an army with us too.
Ah.
That'd take too long though. If we have
Didn't
like,
control the token.
that would probably take a while though, because like, how many guards were with him? Like 10? A
6
dozen?
at this point.
6? Oh,
6 of
oh,
them went
7.
off into the forest.
Oh yeah, because half of them left. Oh yeah, fair
Just
enough.
for the fun of it, can we have like 3 goblins try to ambush us or something?
Oh my god.
Just make us feel better.
As funny as that would be. Right, so for the sake of privacy, you go through the journey back. You do camp for a night. The guards, the Oak Brands, keep watch instead of you lot, unless you guys want to also take watch or do anything during that night.
I just stay up and watch all night.
Okay.
Could
I'm not
I?
sleeping too well recently. I'll stay up for a bit.
Well, everyone's talking here. Slow down here.
Fair enough.
So, Nemesis, first, what was you saying then?
Oh, I said that I was gonna sleep, but it's funny to imagine Valeth staring at the guards, just unblinking.
Yeah,
Alright.
I just like they switch out and he just stays there and he's exactly. It's like meditating. Like,
Floriana, what was it that
That's
you were
his
saying
book.
then?
Could I try to scavenge and use my staff to make another potion of healing during downtime?
You could get the supplies, but you'd probably need to be in a town or a city to effectively make the potion. You can easily get all this. I would say make a survival check. See how much of the supplies you're able to grab.
Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna query it as herbalism because I'm looking for herbalism supplies.
Yeah. Include your herbalism and such in there. Okay, 17. You get most of the supplies. There's a few things that you can only really get that need to be processed in a specific way that you can't really do out in the field. But you can easily get those in Exeter and finish off the potion there. So, a new day dawns, and you continue your journey into Exeter. Eventually, about halfway through, you all arrive. The guards begin to check them, but you hear Rowan say, "No, let them through. They are guests of the Ronas." And you're let in.
Can I give those guards the middle finger as we're going past?
I mean,
They don't react. They've seen a few people do this to them already today.
Yeah.
Fucking shithead mercenaries is what they're thinking. Fucking people.
Right. So, you are led up towards the treetop district, still using your carts and everything.
Yep.
And eventually, I nearly pressed the wrong playlist there. I nearly pressed the battle playlist instead of the
Yeah, battle
town.
music, just freak everybody out.
Boom!
Yeah.
Ambushed by 24 guests. Roll initiative.
All right. So you're led through. At this point, it is rather crowded, but everyone parts away as the Oakbrand come through, and you're led through to the treetop district. As Roland jumps off the horse and several of the retainers come to take him, he points to basically Milo, Diorian, and Hanel and says, "Take them to our stables. They will be there until their business is finished." Are you sure, sire? Did I stutter? No, sire. No. And they, take the reins, just bring them along. If you wish for your horses are comfortable or not, then you're free to go with them. Otherwise, follow me.
Canel will be fine. He's a smart boy.
Yeah, we'll be alright too.
Milo's just like the dumb little brother.
He's like the three-headed dragon. Yeah, the one that.
Milo is like the 7 or
He's
5-year-old
Kevin.
brother, and then Hanel is like a cool teenager.
All right.
And then Hanel's like college age.
Yeah. Dio's the cool teenager.
Yeah, Dio's the cool teenager. Yeah.
Very well. This way. He leads you into Castle Rona. Eventually, he leads you up the stairs, up several flights of stairs, through a corridor to the right. Partway through, he runs into Mongery. "Oh, sire, it's a... Oh, greetings, Emissary Fellow, and your retainers." Mongery, he pulls out a parchment and hands it to him. "Deliver this to the person that is written on there. Tell them that they're to arrive immediately." He has a look at it, "Very well, sire, but they... I'll get right at it." And he quickly runs past to you all.
Alright.
Eventually, he leads you into a large room. You can see there's several chairs just kind of on the side and a large desk, which he sits behind. You see, he takes off, part of the plating garment, just, throws it on the ground. Take a seat. Grab a seat if you wish.
Go ahead and politely sit down.
I shall do the same.
Alright, so you grab seats
Unlike
and just...
some people.
I stand.
Yep.
Is... What does
Look,
Savannah do?
we're at the same place now.
What do we have?
Classy people just sit.
You know, I always did think one day, after all of what we've been through, one day Nemesis and Troth and I would finally see eye to eye.
What do we have Raya do? Since she's the centaur.
She kind of just stands there, just arms crossed. You see, he takes out...
Because she's a centaur, does Raya sleep standing up?
If she wants to.
Horses can lie down and sleep, dude.
Yeah, they can lie down and
They
sleep,
can
but she
sleep
can't
standing up.
to.
No, not all of them. They can lay down. I've seen horses lay down and sleep before.
I know, but
Yeah.
I've also seen them stand up and sleep as well. So,
Yeah, they're weird.
Oh my god.
Whatever.
Okay. So, you watch as he silently just takes out a bit of parchment and begins to just write on it. After about 5 or 10 minutes, "You go by a group name. What is that name?"
God's headache.
Right, a bit more down.
Did he make a reaction? Like really?
He just pauses. He just pauses for a second, and it's like,
It's accurate.
Big sigh.
he places it there. He just places the parchment on the desk, takes out another one, and just begins just rummaging through. Eventually, he stands up and passes a parchment to basically all of you. The parchment reads, I will just throw it into the campaign note minutes. Hopefully it's not too big. It is not too big.
Oh god, there's actually an SCP task force called the Village Idiots.
There we go.
Nice.
And as you're reading it, you see him just like begin to place several what appears to be like beautiful emerald green seals with a sort of a tree, two trees that intertwine around each other, with the actual like treetop poking out on the top. That is the first thing. The second one, he takes more parchment and writes down. I must apologize, but this is something that was only agreed recently, as in before I left. He then places a second bit of parchment down. He doesn't hand it to you. I must ask that you wait for the person who I asked Mongeri to arrive.
All right.
Wait, my mind blanked.
Be advised, though, that despite that decree, that does not make you immune from the laws here. I still expect you to follow them, as you would in any other town.
Does it give us the right to own property? Oh?
It does. It does.
I thought
In
we
fact,
were-
he hands you another bit of parchment. This is the one that he was writing previously.
Oh my god.
What?
Okay, I'm gonna take it.
It's only a single piece.
Yeah, we got the same teacher spot. No, we get kicked out of town. Jeez. I wasn't there. I wasn't there for your guys'
Okay, what-
like.
It's only
What's
before.
the parchment?
Oh.
Yes.
Oh my god!
There is a bit.
Own land.
There is a bit more. He just kind of like he tries to stop. Obviously, you guys keep in your excitement.
Like Nemesis like eyebrows raised. She's like, ugh.
Well, it does look
None
kind
of
of
us
neat.
really read it.
Did you write that yourself?
I mean the handwritten part, yes.
Yeah.
I'm not good at what's it called, calligraphy, or
Just
whatever.
writing. Yeah.
I'm dysgraphic. It's...
The Landine
Okay, man.
Territory Cream of Summerdale Hill. Let
Yeah.
all known.
Does any of us recognize the name Summerdale Hill?
None of you know of Summerdale Hill.
Really? Not even Nemesis?
No, because he points
What's
out
Summerdale Hill made out of?
it is
Apparently four
made.
stone posts at the top.
No, the
There's
stone
no
the stone
land.
posts are
Where
the
we like
areas which
build
is
Our own home. We could get horses. We could do.
with that.
Whatever.
Before you do anything rash, I would ask that you head to the Coggles Manufactory and ask for Harloof. Show them that deed, that he's already received the instructions regarding it. He will be able to arrange for what you may be looking for. At that point, you hear a knock at the door, and you see Mongri sticks out. Sire, she's here. Good.
How do you
Very good.
spell Harloof?
Harlooth. Harloof.
What is Summerdale Hill? Good. I guess we just
like
think
a
you
place.
just asked, did we?
Summerdale Hill is an area north of Exeter, about a 5-minute journey. It's a piece of land that we own. Well, did own. Now, you own part of it. At this point, the door opens, and you see General Helena of the Lord's Guard step in. Yes, sire. Just kind of looks at you all and just stops. Is there a problem, sire? There is a problem. Tiberius told me that you refused access to your teleportation circle. Well, yes, because they are not... From now on, they are allowed to use it as they see fit. You will take whoever it is that can make this spell to the teleportation circle and give them the sigil. Sir, are you sure that is wise? Do I need to repeat myself, Helena? No, sire. she kind of looks a bit taken aback. Just, well, which of you is the one that would make use of this teleportation circle, as in would utilize the spell?
That would be me.
Very well. When you are finished, please come to the Bark District. Ask for me personally. She kind of eyes the seals that are still just at the desk. Show the seal, and I will lead you to the Lord's Guard, the Oak Brand, I assume. Just Roland just stares at him. Yes, the Oak Brand teleportation circle. And we will get that resolved.
As all this is happening, like, has this like Roland would know it. It's the common smug look of the Thalo.
Yeah, you do watch his eyes like dart over to you and see a smug look, and you just see like the corners of his lip just twitch upwards a bit.
She's a little itty bitty bit smug about Helene.
And then it's like, no, that'll be all. Although, bring Mongery back in, please. Yes, sire. Just backs away. Mongery kind of like sticks his head in. Mongery? Yes, sir? I'm sure you're going to fulfill Celine's request? Yes, sire. Yes, sire. I will, momentarily, please. And just kind of like runs away again. I do apologize.
While he's talking, I'll kind of look back and lose this one. It's still a little, but you know, would I be allowed to see Tiyanna?
I'm afraid that even I'm not allowed to see her at the moment.
Is something else wrong with her?
She is plagued by nightmares, though that is expected. No, Celine is just... There is a reason Tiyanna always hangs around Celine and not myself. She adores her mother too much. And... Not to mention, I have a city to run still. I must, arrange the necessary things. I must, That does remind me. I will have to ask Mongery to check on Tyr when he returns. Tiyanna is fine, minus the nightmares. She has already asked for a hand similar to Tyr's, which,
That does sound kind of cute in its own way, but still grim.
well, Tyr is Tiyanna's godfather. But, I believe that Tiyanna needs time to recover, and as such, she is recovering alongside her mother.
Very well, I understand. I hope to see her again one day.
Well, as you are considered a friend of the Ronas, that will be significantly easier than it has been in the past. I am very well aware of you using your standard as a fallow to gain entrance.
It's not something that I like doing, but at
Well,
the time
as-
it was necessary.
Well, now as a friend of the Ronas, you no longer have to. At this point, there's a knock at the door. Mongery comes through. You can see just like, excuse me, sire. He brings he's carrying a rather large chest, which he places down on the like nearby. Will that be all, sire? Go down to the cells and see if Tyr is not going to run off this time. And if he's fine, then let him go. If not, keep him there. Mongery kind of runs out. Do not get the wrong idea. The second he returned with Tiyanna, he was about to set back off. So we had to throw him in the dungeons to stop him from doing that and getting himself killed.
Oh, yeah.
I understand. We tried to talk him into staying here, but
As did I, as did Celine. Don't worry, he will, if he promises not to do anything reckless, we shall let him out again. No harm done. But, we are keeping him in the cells until he is, at the very least, a bit better. He, physically is still in a bit of a bad way. Now, that is part of the reward. Harloof has the other part. And this is not something that is easy for me to say, but I sincerely thank you for saving my daughter. You can see, like, this stern face, like, his eyes do start watering up a little bit at this.
Oh.
I don't suppose you'd allow the Thalo to hug you.
Kind of, like, looks around. Normally, no, but I'm willing to make an exception.
Alright, he gets a big Nemesis bear hug.
He kind of, like...
Does it turn into a group hug? Just to relieve him?
Well, I assume Nemesis, like, you walk up, just go up to him. He, like, stands up, like, just... It looks like he's going to give a half-assed one, and then he just back. It's like, oh, okay. You see him trying to keep his composure. You see him trying to keep, like, his dignity kind of deal. It's like... And eventually,
I'll just smile and nod.
Yes, I'm.
It was the least we could do.
It was more than you know. What I have given you will never suffice. Now, as for transport to Groffield, I'm afraid you will have to give me another day to see what arrangements can be made. But, given what you may discuss with the Coggles manufacturer of Harloof, that may suffice.
What kind of travel could they expect? Like, is it just gonna be magical, or like?
I will need to see what is at my disposal here.
Okay.
But know that the Rona family have many means of getting to Groffield and the other cities. And I will just simply have to see what we have available and if it can be done.
Thank you for your generosity.
Thank you for showing that you're not cut from the same cloth as the Fallows, Nemesis.
Alright, I guess I'll gather up all of the parchments and stuff.
Yeah, so you all got the parchments, and I take it you all just go and grab your own emblem of the Rona family.
Yeah, I have mine in my inventory.
Okay.
And then I'm carrying the land deed because I don't trust any of you.
That's fine if you're keeping the deed. I mean, unless one of us
We
actually...
haven't asked yet, have we?
Yeah.
You rested on the way here because you did have to stop
We're
for
not,
camp.
Super hurt though, are we?
No, test.
Test?
Yeah,
What?
the chest.
Oh no, you haven't checked the chest yet. You certainly
No,
free
we
to.
have to go talk to. Oh yeah, I guess if that was okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I heard something about a chest, but I didn't like.
Yeah, so
Like,
Margaret
open
placed down a
it.
chest. Okay,
All of you mongrel.
you open it.
I'm not a mongrel.
There is so much gold in there. If you want to go
Oh
through the
my
time to camp it, you can. Count it, you can.
We'll count it because then we can split it between us. I don't think
Oh,
that
yeah.
we should be hauling a whole chest of gold out. Or
Yeah.
Okay.
Fair.
whatever.
So you count it while in there, which
There must be a Rona accountant who's knows exactly how much gold's in there.
so you count through it all.
Does
I'm
Roland look
already
at us?
on it,
Does
so-
does he look at us weirdly while we do it?
He just kind of like looks. He's just like just shakes his head and just goes back to writing paperwork.
If you find this strange, it's more like I don't think we want to carry the chest.
Don't mind us.
with
Just
Ignore
use
those
your
rats.
option.
No, it's perfectly understandable.
Alright, come on.
There is 20,000 gold in there.
Oh,
1,000 gold.
20,000 divided by how many of us are there?
There's 8 of you.
Hold on. There's 8, so we each get. So you said 20,000, so we each
We
get
get 2,500 each.
2,500.
Yeah.
Fucking hell. We actually could start a... We could actually build a mansion on the
I'll just update Raya's
on the
with
patch of land we got.
We can start a little business.
I
Or
want to start
farm.
an inn. Can we start an inn?
I
so
was thinking about
Let's
making
not
an
start
herbal
it in.
shop.
It's too much work.
All of
You can start it in if you want.
Yeah.
All of you get 1,500 gold.
2,500.
Yep.
How much was that?
2,500.
Just add it to it.
yeah, man. I mean, it's almost like you saved the heir to a noble family or something.
He did.
Yeah.
He did.
It's like we did something important to some rich people.
No, I'm just asking because my brain has to try and do math, and I don't like trying to do math.
It's that
Just
much
calculated
money.
it.
Creation
I
yourself.
calculated. I even
Alright.
calculated the addition because I have like 348 number is not a very clean number, but not easy to add together.
So,
Missy didn't even want the gold. She just wanted to save Tiyanna. But I mean, the
Yeah.
gold is a nice bonus.
I mean,
Nemesis,
we
like,
can
I guess
divide the gold between the rest of us if you want.
Do we not get any magical items?
Oh, sorry, it's mine. I
you
don't
get
trust
access
it.
to a teleportation circle, unlimited access to a
I will
teleportation
agree.
circle.
Yeah, that is a very important pseudo magical item. We have access
Oh,
to teleportation.
guys, guess what?
We need to do it ourselves.
But
What?
Guess who can fix his armor?
Yay.
Yay!
Yeah, it costs like what? It costs like $500.
Yeah,
500 gold to repair the plate mail. And it would take
Yay,
several
plate mail
days
for
for Gus to
fighter.
do it, but he'd be able to.
How long
I
will
guess
it take, do you reckon?
It depends on, like, he'd have to have a good look at it to see.
Yeah,
You
well,
can ask for-
we're heading there anyways, because that's the
That's towards the
can ask
Calgary
for
manufactory, yes.
Yeah, you-
so we'll go there. Anyways.
And if you don't want to wait like a week for the repair, we can fix in Grofford, and that we're going.
Yeah, potentially.
Yeah, true.
Yep.
We could get it fixed in Grothfield. Although I'm guessing Exeter has would have better blacksmiths and armorers than Grothfield.
You don't know.
Yeah.
Because it's a bigger city, isn't it?
Groffield and Exeter are roughly the same size.
Okay,
They're,
are
they're,
they?
they're
Yeah,
classified.
Croffield
They're
could have a lot,
classified
it's,
as
like, on that big ass river.
yeah.
Oh yeah, true.
Like Groffield, although Groffield is is like not. Groffield is definitely smaller than Exeter, but it's still a big city because it's one of the only port cities in all of Jurhan. The other one,
fair.
the other one, which is a major city, is Yalmord.
Yeah.
Yarlo.
Yalmord and Bulatros are the only other port cities in the Jurhanian kingdom.
Where is Yalmord?
Yalmord is down south near the Grasp.
skip for like the bank now.
What was that?
Ooh.
Oh, that all the way down there, Yalmord.
You can certainly see if you can exchange the gold for platinum.
Yeah, I'll get the teleport. Actually, I'll go with these guys to the Coggles manufactory. Then, well, there.
Okay.
I'll swing by to get the teleportation circle.
Okay, so what's everyone doing? Because obviously there's a lot of stuff that you can do while Roland is trying to get stuff arranged.
Okay,
Guys,
I'm
can I do
gonna
something really
go-
quick?
What you doing, Fortune?
What?
Is there a map in the room?
A map of...
Just continent in general. Is there a map like the map we have on screen right now?
There is. There's a continent.
Okay.
There's one of
Can I
Naza.
lead him
and-
over to the map, point to the fucking statue, and ask, what is this? Why is it here?
Fuck's sake.
You...
It's finally time.
You mean this one? Oh,
Yes. The statue.
Well, that would
The
be the...
statue.
That would
That's
be the,
you.
that would be the statue of those that were lost. It is the resting place of those which we could not name during the Terragant War. It's essentially a Tomb of the Unknown Soldier.
Oh.
A big war memorial.
Wait, you guys didn't know that?
It
You're a
was...
child. Why did you have to say that?
I don't know. Did I know that? Let's roll history check, see if I knew that. Did I know it? No, I
You're-
did not know that.
What is that statue? Oh, now you know.
What's
I already-
Pterodon?
And Nemesis vaguely knew, but not in detail, so.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
What is with the ones?
Yeah, we rolled so many ones today, actually. Like during that
Good
initiative.
cast, you know.
Our deck.
That was the location of one of the biggest battles of the Pterodont War, the Battle of the Crimson Plains, or as it once was called, simply the Battle of the Plains. So much blood was spilt that it got the name the Crimson Plains, similar to the Blood Sands. Given the land there was now unsuitable for farming, it would have been suitable for those that were lost to rest, where they could not be disturbed. Hence the statue of those that were lost.
Thank you. I never actually got to go to school. It's been bugging me that it's been sitting there on the map and I don't know it, and these guys don't know it either.
Hey, I have an excuse because
You two
I'm from off.
I
I'm from
had
off
two.
continent, so I'm.
I,
They
Never
didn't know
seen
like,
it.
too much. Johannian
I-
history.
I learned about herbs and flowers and
well, there you go. Now you all have your answer.
It was nagging us. Thank you.
We've sometimes had that question a few times.
There should really just be like a little note written on the map somewhere
had a
for those
grief.
that don't know.
Just
I
someone
think-
goes
I-
up to him and says,
I think it's the case
here's
of
500
just.
gold.
I think it was just the case of it being that prominent in Johannian history that it was assumed that Johannians wouldn't ask, but I'm not the one that makes the maps here, so I
Nemesis
can't
is
say anything.
looked
I don't
away.
think I don't think I'm Johannian because I think how big is Johannian's territory? Like
The territory expands up to where Bahamut's Moor and Dragon's Pass is. Like, anywhere past that mountain range is where Johan ends, and the Kingdoms of Dra and Great Worm begin. And to the south, you've got up to where the Grasp is, and then it's Gilgamesh Hordes, and Ariel is its own area. Technically, Bulatras is also by itself, and Galaro is, but they're technically like vassal kingdoms.
What about Elven Grove?
Yeah.
Elven Groves is part of Johan.
Okay.
oh yeah, okay. I actually am like very close to the northern border
Also,
of Johannian.
what's Elgradlin home?
Make a history check.
Yeah, boy.
No,
Okay.
Gradlin home.
1, 2, 3. Knowledge.
You have no idea.
I don't have any idea.
Right.
dumb fuck.
While they're doing this,
Like
we'll
next
just
to my
let them-
hometown.
I want
What
to
the
go
fuck is wrong with me?
to the manufactory to get this deed.
Okay.
I will go with
All
her.
correct.
I'll go as well.
Okay.
We'll
Yes.
proceed as well.
So you all head to the
Nemesis.
Coggles Manufactory.
Nem and the boys.
This is where I have her just stop me character. She stops adventuring.
10 times 10, 100.
The boys in this case, I guess. It's and Raya's here too.
Right. So you make your way to the Coggles Manufactory, through to the main entryway. The main desk is, rather commonly, as always, empty.
I'll gently like tap on the desk. See
So
if anyone
there is a bell nearby which you can ring.
Okay, yeah, bell.
You see someone walk up from, because as I said, with the Cogs Manufacturer, you can see the work area at the back, and you see it appears to be a human, wearing like he's got what appears to be like a pair of like magnification goggles kind of deal. Very like scruffy white beard. He's wearing like what appears to be like a leather cap. Yes, can I help you?
Yes, I'm looking for someone named Harloof.
Ah, you want to speak to Harloof, eh? What
Yeah.
what you want with the what you want with him?
We were told to come here. We got this land deed. I'll take it out and show him.
Oh yeah, he mentioned about that one. So you're the ones with the you got the thing to prove it? Or I mean, I know you got the deed, but I mean like the circle thingy.
Seal.
We
Yeah.
show everyone show them the seals, just in
Yeah.
unison.
Wait
Yeah.
here.
Half an
I'll
hour
go
and
get.
randomly goes, Triceratops, and doesn't know why.
I'll go get Harloof. Just wait here. Wait here. He quickly darts back around the corner. All right.
Wow,
So
we did that almost in perfect unison. That's pretty good. First try.
so about
Goes
5
back
minutes
and decides
later,
to do it.
you hear like some heavy footsteps come by. And you can see just poking a little bit off out from the from the desk. You can see a dwarf. You can see he's got a nicely tied up beard, sort of like in a sort of beard ponytail kind of deal. Blonde hair, bald at the top. Looks to be being a dwarf, you kind of have a good idea of age, Truffnart. Looks to be in his mid 200s. He like stands up on a stool. It's like, so you happen to be the ones that the Roland told me about, huh?
That be us, kinsman.
We are.
Name's Harloof Stoneheath. He like extends a hand out to anyone.
I will shake it.
Yeah,
we
we all shake it at once.
Yeah,
Like we all take different parts of his hands and just go like.
His hand's not that big.
I know.
Like whoever
just
like
take
gets a
turns
problem, he
shaking
like
it,
gives it a
and-
a firm shake. It's like, yeah. So this here is about the Summerdale, ain't it?
Aye.
Guys have a decent bit of land here. Good soil. Most of it's unclaimed. Roners ain't got much of a use for it. So he pulls out a bit of parchment. You can see he also takes out a small pair of reading glasses and puts them on. He kind of looks like a blonde-haired version of like Sansa looking at the list. You know, you see in the
I
commercials.
like this
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
So, so according to what I've been told, the Roners are putting 25,000 gold through to any construction that you want, plus additional 10,000 for any additional construction work like room furnishings that you want. Now, takes the glass up again. In my years of being a Stoneheath, I can tell you, 25,000 makes a pretty decent manner, and I know that the Rona's given me permission for it. If you want to put any of your own coin in for anything above that, free to do it.
Mm.
Oh my god, Scamper will get his own throne room.
Timothy just looks like thrilled. Like this is her jam.
So, I have a list here of various things that we can build. Design-wise, you can make your own suggestion, or you can just let us do it. Down to you. Keep in mind, might take more time, might take less time, depending on what you want. And also, the amount here ain't gonna cover any of your highlands or your guards. That's your own coin.
Right, I understand.
Suppose.
So, why don't you tell me what it is that you're looking at wanting built there? And we'll see what we got. As I said, 25,000 gets you a decent noble manor.
I'm willing to protect everyone.
I have to remember this is out of town, so. guards.
It's only 5 minutes away.
Yeah, but the guards.
Oh, with the guards, it's not really something we're particularly skilled with, but usually we can send out advertisements for it's more sell swords than anything, but they're usually trusted, and if you're worried about allegiances and all that.
We could hire house sitters. They can.
I mean, in my years of building here, I know roughly how many people you're gonna need and how many guards is gonna be a good number. So, there's a reason us Stoneheaves are famed for our architectural knowledge.
Alright, I am going to grab Trothdar and
Hello.
then I'll leave. You don't need to be here. Can you show me your floor plans?
I kind of like the idea for doing.
Sure.
Wait. So is it just me and Nemesis looking at floor plans?
I only trust you.
Oh,
I'm-
thank you. Why do you only trust me? Why me?
You're a dwarf.
Yeah, true.
That's so racist.
It's so racist. Yeah.
I was kind of thinking about.
I don't trust
Also-
anyone else for their taste in interior decorating.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have been in a few lavish halls in my time.
It's up
Also,
to each of us.
just out of curiosity, Tom.
Yes.
You know what a proper manor is supposed to look like.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Do I recognise the name Clan Stoneheath?
Yes, you do.
What do I know of Clan Stoneheath?
Stoneheath are one of the smaller dwarven clans. However, they have a lot of heft because they are famed for their architecture. It's believed that the Stoneheath had provided two particular bits of architecture to the humans at the end of the dwarven-human war.
Oh, shut your mouth.
One of them, known by humans as the Joining Bridges, and the other one is known as the Fortress of Garazun, which you all know as the Grasp.
Yeah, Garazun.
Mm.
Yeah. Wasn't that great then? Apparently it fell. I mean, I can't say that out loud.
It was a pretty dope fortress.
Yeah, but if she's taking
Questions about what we should put in the manor, go ahead and throw it down in like general or something.
Yeah.
Is that what
So
she's-
obviously,
they're gonna do that.
I'm
I'm
not
going to go get them.
obviously I'm not expecting it to like, oh yeah, we're gonna have this as a session. So for the sake of brevity, like, you can go over what you want to go for. But if you just like as a roleplay say like, oh, can we have this and this and this, then Harloof can give you information in regards to it.
Admittedly, I will.
It's like he's showing you floor plans, but obviously the floor plans are what you want it to look like, which
Yeah.
you're free to
So
go
what are we
over.
thinking then? Like, wait, what? So we got in mind then? Are you thinking more like a pleasure palace or like a fortress? What are you thinking?
Your palace. And then
I think that it should be somewhere that we can just rest our heads, but obviously it should have things that we need. Probably stables, some sort of armory room, place to keep all of our junk and or treasures that we get on the way.
So
Yeah.
like a vault, yeah.
Yes.
If it's entirely possible, I would like a tower.
Can
Stay in.
probably
You're not in the room,
put
are you?
that in.
Oh, I thought it was just. Oh, no, you're right.
I think it's literally just
It's
me
just
and
you guys.
It's just me and them, yeah.
Uh,
right.
While they're doing this, can I go and get the teleportation circle?
Yeah, sure. So it's like that you're doing this.
If you're being kicked out,
I will
then
leave down a note of my potential wants, though.
Could I? Is there room
Yeah,
for a
kind of shitty not to let
small
anybody.
a small chapel in the plans?
It wouldn't be very big, being manor and
Don't worry,
such.
I don't want.
It'd
I don't want a cathedral, mate. I want us like a wee shrine, you know.
We can get a room to just be for a chapel and such. That's no problem, no.
And
Right,
there's one other request that I feel necessary, even though I don't particularly like asking this, but a tomb of sorts.
What? Sorry, you cut out for a second there.
Tomb,
A tomb.
crypt, you know,
Ah.
where we keep our
like a
dead.
mausoleum, just in case.
Yeah, we can. Just thinking. Would you want it to be connected directly to the chapel or in its separate bit?
Can be connected.
All right.
I just want to abandon anyone in a swamp again.
All right. So you wanted, I assume going by the notes here and everything. So, specifically, chapel, crypt, one of you wanted tower. What was the other ones? You kind of were all talking everywhere, so...
We can do kind of like a garden orchard thing to
Garden.
combine those both.
I wanted an
Garden?
herbalism and flower shop storefront.
have your own shop. We are literally getting a
Literally,
manor.
mate.
on the river.
Yeah, my own. Yeah, the other
If you want
shop.
to go
that I
buy
have
your own
that's
shop in
taken up,
Exeter, that's fine. But
that's something that you
You
mentioned.
can literally buy a fucking shop downtown if you want one.
Mm,
You've got enough money around you got around enough
if you,
money around your
It's just
pocket.
something-
you want
Fucking
to
hell, man.
sell flowers,
Just, just
We're
looking
trying to buy a home here. Also, who let you back in?
standard that they have.
I
baths
sneaked
and
in.
things
Maybe
like
told you
that.
to leave.
Bye bye.
Sauce.
What was that? What was that, Nam?
Sauce!
Where is
Guys, please calm down. I'm just saying, I'm sure that they'll have the standard amenities, kitchen, baths, things like that.
Yeah,
Whatever.
yeah. Those
Wine.
the additional 10,000. That's just if you want any specific rooms, beds, all that stuff.
Can part of the vault include a cellar for wine and or ale?
Well, you're gonna get a cellar anyway, so
Aye, true.
Just make it.
Make it
Just
part
get
of the
Is
vault.
like
it
10 times big.
possible to get for a heated bath? Just naturally hot water?
You can just have a fireplaces. You don't need magic MacGuffin, do you? Just heat up a fucking pan,
Listen,
love.
it's a lot easier and a lot nicer.
Oh, what, because he said some magic words and suddenly you can have a nice soak, is that why?
Yes.
I can see what I can do on that one. A little bit difficult. As stone heaps, we deal with architecture. That's more of a magic thing, but I know a few people.
It requires any extra money, I'd be willing to pay.
Well, at this point, you kind of already expended all of the that 10,000 for your bonus room stuff. So anything else you want to add is going to start being your own coin.
Right.
Alright, how much would be our own coin already?
Oh, nothing at the moment. Nothing at the moment. But I'm just saying,
I
like,
think
a garden, a cellar, not a cellar, a chapel, a crypt,
it's quite a bit.
a tower.
Right.
At that point, you're talking about 2,500 for each individual one there. So, if you want those 4 particular things, it's fine. But just if you want anything particular, and a vault as well, so that will expend that 10,000. So anything particular that's not normally in a manor, like if you want like a fortified wall or something like that, for example, then it's gonna start being your own coin.
You know,
think
that's quite a good idea,
It'll
to be honest.
be... I think we'll be fine just with the stuff we have, though. Would it be possible to get a just small, tiny nook where say a cat would stay?
I mean,
Wait. You want a nook for a cat? You know cats can sleep anywhere, right?
if it's just for a cat, then that's not gonna be anything additional. Just
Good fortune will.
work on the wall a bit. Keep in mind, you're still gonna build a place first.
I realize this, yes.
Right. So if there's something else that you're looking for, and if you just want it to be a manor, nothing particularly fancy like a keep or anything, then he starts like just muttering in his head a bit. That would be. It would probably take us about 6 months to build it all together. I could probably get it a bit faster with a bit of coin for more workers.
How much would that be?
It would be. Let me just get my notes here. Well, in order to make sure the place doesn't fall to pieces around you, you're looking at 15,000 gold. I can probably bring it all the way down to about 2 or 3 months then.
15,000?
Mhm.
Okay. How much would we all have to contribute to that?
But if we wanted to buy
6 of you would need to
8,
contribute 2,500.
So all of the money we just got
Basically.
to cut the build time in half.
Yeah. Half or by 2/3.
Oh, but I like my money.
I don't think the time constraint is that
You,
bad.
you don't have to. I mean,
Just to clarify, you said 15,000?
aye.
So 15,000, and then putting it in my thing. It's a lot.
As I
So
said,
that's 1,875 from each.
as I said, if you'd rather us just go the normal way, we can do that. Won't be any additional cost to yourself.
Hmm.
Well, I mean, we live fairly nomadically. We're not exactly looking for a home immediately, are we?
Well, keep in mind as well that
Yeah,
if
6
we
months
build
is
it,
fine,
if we
yeah.
if we start building it, and then you come back down the line and you want us to speed it up, then the cost will obviously be a bit lower because we've already done some work there.
True.
I think that kind of situation would be fine. We'd earn even more coin by then, at least I hope.
Well, you look like a bunch of sellswords, so I'd probably put it to that, yeah.
Right, then let's do that.
Right. Now, in terms of, it's just 2 more things to go over. So, security and hirings. We can send out a request to people, though you're probably going to have to arrive and be here for a few days when we have people wanting to come in. If I had to guess, you'd probably need, for a manor, could probably get by with 3 skilled individuals and 4 guards. 5 guards if you want to be safe. If you want to go for those that are cheaper but not as skilled, you're looking at probably 15, if I'm honest with you. And about 10 guards if you're not looking for the skilled ones.
How much would that all cost?
Normally the rate's debatable, but you're looking, for an unskilled person, you're looking at about a copper a day. And skilled people, you're looking at anywhere between a silver and a gold a day, depending on the quality and obviously how much you like them.
Oh my god, we could get Neri to be there. That's such a good idea.
Yes.
Maybe be a guard.
Right?
Well,
can
it also,
pay
it also
with
depends on the kind of
food.
guard. If you just want your standard bog standard guard, you're looking at about 2 gold. If you want like someone akin to those oak brands, for example, you're looking at probably 10 times as much.
Guys, we wouldn't have to pay Neri that much. She just gets to eat whoever comes in and tries to break in.
Yeah.
Alright, I am going to hand him
Okay.
a scroll of sending.
Paying our old barbarian in corpses.
Pretty much.
You mind asking about this, Less?
We travel a lot, so when you advertise or whatever and there's someone who would like to join, then just
Use this to
message
let you
us.
know. Gotcha. All right. Yeah, she just kind of like pockets it. So, if that's everything, so going by your specifications. Oh, one final one. He like points to you, Drofnar. The chapel you wanted. Who's the god to?
Morian.
Good choice, lad.
Just have a more
Make it multi-god.
Yeah.
Oh,
Isn't there like this
I'm guessing
alliance
if it's
thing?
just a small chapel, it can't be for like the entire pantheon. It has to be for one.
Well, if you're wanting one to the Alliance, Morian was part of the Alliance, so...
Just make it the alliance then.
Yeah, just the
acceptable.
alliance
It's
makes
broad
sense.
and it won't offend anyone.
I mean,
Of course, who didn't offend? Like, aren't you the only religious character in our group?
it offend people that just think, some gods are higher than others, but, who the fuck cares? It's your house. He just begins to scribble on
Yeah,
it. He just, like,
Well,
crosses
I'm not
out the
making to make
Morian bit
enemies,
and just puts Alliance.
Make it for the alliance.
Alliance it is. Alright.
Oh, wait, don't forget a little coop area for Archimedes.
I already asked.
You said for a cat. That is going to be for Scamper.
That's my... A fucking dragon, pseudo dragon, is as big as a cat. They are cats.
Just ask for a
They are
throne room.
scaly cats. What did you think I was talking about?
Like a little side area for Archimedes to have a nest. That's all I was asking.
She can have a nest
We
in the
have a
house.
nest in the trees in the orchard that we have.
Yeah.
Oh god, that'll be great. I don't have to carry Archimedes all around with me anymore and worry about him dying.
Oh,
All right. So a tower.
all the apples we want.
So just want to make sure as well. Obviously, with your additions and everything, you just want us to go with like the standard build that we do for a manor, yeah?
Yes.
Standard build plus additional bits. Right. He like takes the parchment and rolls it up. Well, if that's the case, right, I'll get to work. If you need me and I'm not here, we'll probably be out by Summerdale Hill.
Fantastic, thank you.
Anytime. He just jumps off the stool and walks back in. You hear him say, "All right, lads, I need some of your best stonework," and then it gets drowned out from the noise.
Alright.
Well,
Get our
there's a
own
garden.
manor.
I can grow my herbs there.
We should really, like, make our own kind of, like, group symbol.
Yeah.
That's entirely down to you guys.
Manor.
You guys are free to do that, because keep in mind that
Yeah.
they're building like the major stuff. If there's any smaller things that you want in there, you are free to make those alterations. You may need to pay for them, but you know, they're basically what Harloof is doing is building you the general build, and any particular
structure,
person. And
structure.
I was just thinking, like, we could get, like, a banner or something. I'm gonna, like, mess with stuff and see.
yeah, experiment. You've got 6 in-game months before it's built.
Yeah.
But what kind
Less
of
if you
thing
decide to
would
speed
we-
it up.
But what will we symbolize?
I was thinking, like, head and part of it's, like, shattered open and there's a hammer.
Really going on.
So
that
while all
with
this
that.
is
No,
going
specifically
on,
Nemesis.
This looks like this
So-
threatening, like head smashing.
so
or something.
during this entire time, Delson, you go to the Bark District. You just show your emblem. Obviously, want to speak to Helena. They don't even go to confirm. They just take you through to the Oak Brand area, which is where the main HQ is. Helena just kind of greets you there. It's like, yes, so you are the one to write down the sigil, yes?
Yes, I am.
Very well, this way. She leads you down to a rather heavily fortified room. The door's open. He says, I would advise you keep your emblem with you at all times. When the door opens, just show the emblem, and that way you won't see a sword run through you.
Hmm.
And she shows you to where the sigil is. You write it down, and you now know the sigil for the Oak Brand branch of the Lord's Guard, and have unlimited access, barring obviously your teleportation chalk recharging.
Indeed.
Okay, so is there anything else that you guys wish to do on the day?
Get my armor fixed.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, I want to also go check with Gus to see if he has anything.
I was thinking of going to visit Kibini.
I wanted to see if Scamper's
I-
armor is done.
Oh, that's the armor. I forgot about that.
I'll go along and see Kimini because I haven't actually. I know Valeth was there, but I haven't seen Kimini, so I want to be able to do that.
okay,
I was actually want to go see the Scamper's armor because I was there for that thing. But
okay. So we'll go with
First.
Gus first and foremost then. So, you kind of all so Delson and Trafnar, you kind of both go into the into Smithery 4938. I got a lot of notes here.
catchy name.
Well, it's Gus. He's a warforged. He doesn't really, you know.
Yeah, he's like, this is my designation.
Yeah.
What
Well,
else?
his designation is G-U5. Just people call him Gus.
Yeah.
All right. So So you go in there, you can see he's busy at work, like hammering in like a bit of metal. Oh, units. Please wait. He finishes like with a bit of the bit of whatever it is that he's working on and places it in. Oh yeah, and fortune sale as well, I forgot. Units, it's been I believe a few days. What brings you back to the smithery?
Can I go up and give him a hug and just say we missed you?
This is an odd way of greeting me, units, but he just sort of timidly puts his hands like on her shoulders. This is appreciated, I believe. And just gently like peels you off him.
Don't worry, Gar, she's like that with all her friends.
Oh, my systems only really acknowledge people as customers, so friendship is not something that is much within my parameters.
For friendship.
Well, think of it as like a customer who like tips a lot and like is always giving you money.
A preferred customer, you mean?
Aye, that's basically a friend.
Oh, that is an interesting way to go about this. So, how can I help you, my preferred customers?
Right, now I have finally gotten the scratch together to mend up this old rusty armor I'm wearing.
Yes.
So, and then I would like for you to work your Warforged magic and fix up for me.
He, like, looks at the armor. Analysis indicates that it has taken more damage since the last time that it has been seen.
Alright, how much more damage?
Nothing substantial. Nothing that will increase cost, though time it will. My estimate, I will require 3 days to repair this armor.
Nah, that's alright, I've got 3 days. Although I do need... alright, so let me just get this off. And then I like look at the armor and all its pieces and go... Oh, yeah.
There's a few puncture marks from where the Bargus had like bitten into you, and a few more claw marks.
And I turned to Fortune and who else was there?
Valith.
And Valith.
Oh, no,
wait,
wait, what's Valith?
go
No,
back
Delson
to-
even. Delson, not
Yeah,
Valith.
yeah.
Oh, to you three then and go,
Yep.
could you guys give me a hand with the strats? Is that alright?
Sure thing. I'll go to help.
It takes a
Oh,
couple of minutes.
Grandpa.
Heavy armor takes a long time to get
Yeah,
in
it's
and
like
out
10
of.
minutes, and then with
Yeah.
help, it's like
Yeah.
5, and then 4.
Yeah. He like gathers up all the armor. Very
Once
well.
again, this armor stinks.
This will be no problem to myself. I was not programmed to smell, so
Unfortunately, we were, so... So how much would it be? What, how much was it last, did you say?
500 gold to repair it.
Alright.
He takes the 500 gold from you.
Yeah, I give him 500 gold, and then do I say, do you take tips?
Well, as you say, preferred customers tend to tip, so
Okay, in that case, I will give him an extra... I'm being generous, let's go an extra 50 gold.
2.5 days to get it built. He just-
Hey!
do
Actually,
you-
in that case, when he says that, I slip him another 50.
At this point, you are making me be at the limit of my building and repairing. It would still be 2.5 days.
But we know you well, Gus. You're a friend now. Oh, you're a preferred customer now, so...
If you
Is
wish
what-
to
is what
use the
preferred
word
customers
friend,
do,
then I
though?
have no problems with it.
Minus 600...
Shall I
Aye, there
hold
you go,
on to
lad.
it, or is it to be sent somewhere?
No, you hold on to it. Put it towards, I don't know, getting some nicer tools, or upgrading the forge, or I don't know.
I am referring to your armor.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the gold. I'm not sure. I will I'll be back in a couple of days. Pick it up.
Very well. He
So
places
just
the.
keep it in a safe place.
Of course. I always make sure my preferred customers' things are safe. He places it on the like his desk. Is there anything that you two wish to have?
Yes. Do you by any chance have any of those gun things, was it?
Oh, the Nazian firearms. I just so happen
Yes.
to still have the palm pistol that was sold to me many months ago. And he reaches into like his pocket and pulls out the palm pistol. It's incredibly small.
Mm.
Unfortunately, I do not have the ammo nor the catalyst required to use it.
I understand. And I just checked my inventory sheet. Would you by any chance have the capabilities to repair something that might work similar to it?
I can certainly try.
I am going to take out the odd thunder cannon that I just had in here.
And kind of like looks at it. Apologies, but this is far beyond my ability.
You had a thunder cannon with you all that time?
This is the work. While old, I can understand that this is a creation similar to that created me. Work from an artificer. Apologies, unit, but you will need to find an artificer to repair this. And a skilled one at that.
Of course. I'll still take the palm pistol, though.
Certainly, that will be 50 gold.
Just out
Okay.
of curiosity, mate, do you know where we'd find a skilled artificer?
I believe there is one particular that has recently moved to Groffield. Beyond that, Gathero is always the best bet.
In that case, I think I'll leave him with 60.
Okay. He's
Just like strapped with cash, and now we're like, fucking everybody gets tips.
Yep,
Just-
and then
Who's
next
the
episode
bribing
you're all gonna be like, we got no money.
Literally, yeah.
You're all broke.
Yeah.
We're like those lottery winners who get
Spend
like
it
15
all in,
million
like-
and then spend it all on like drugs and hamburgers.
Yeah. I
Like
need
that
to.
Venezuela, like,
Okay,
keep
I
moving
need
around.
to open up the gunslinger subclass to find the stats for the palm pistol.
Jeez.
There we go. Okay, yep. So you now have a palm pistol.
No ammo.
No ammo. I will say that the because I'm thank you, Matthew Mercer. I'm using your gunslinger class subclass. So the palm pistol, it deals 1d8 piercing. Because you're not proficient, it would just be, a d20 plus your dex, not your proficiency. It has a range of 40 feet and a maximum range of 160 feet. So you get disadvantage after 40 feet. And if you roll a 1, it misfires.
So don't do that.
Yeah.
No, do it.
And you can only fire it once before you have to reload it.
Can we get a revolver in the game?
I need to find someone to teach me to use this.
You have
I
to
do
find-
want to make a character who wields I think a longsword and a pistol.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
A long sword and a pistol.
I mean, as I said, the Nazians, the Nazians are used more of like the gunpowder weapons, whereas the artificers use the more arcane thunder cannons.
Magic bullet.
Basically, if you think of it, when it comes to guns, Naza is quantity, but not very good quality. They misfire, and Jurhan is quality.
Wait, considering this is not Zen, would I have at least seen someone use this before? Or something like it?
You know how to fire it, but you are not proficient in it.
Yeah.
Maybe if you go to the gun range, like we know how to use guns. Doesn't
Is
mean we
his
can aim for
gun made
crap.
out of stone?
Yeah,
Doesn't
not to,
mean
not
we
to,
can
not
aim
to
for crap.
mention, like, you've seen them use regular weapons. This is a palm pistol. It's in the... I would say... Make an intelligence check.
What is a palm pistol actually? Like, are you talking
This
about
is
like
a
a little
palm
pistol?
pistol.
Something that's really, it's quite small, or is it like something that's like you hold?
If you... Yeah, if you ever played... For this one, think of it like the,
That looks really
the
weird.
wrist gun for
it's like it's a
Assassin's
wrist
Creed.
gun. Okay.
Yeah, think of like the
Yeah.
Assassin's Creed wrist gun, but not attached to the wrist. Like you can actually use it. You know,
Yeah, that's when I
14.
saw that picture, I was
That's
thinking
pretty
that was
cool.
Yeah.
that's kind of what. it looked
14.
like.
You're fairly confident that you're not going to accidentally shoot yourself in the face with this.
Yay.
Just remember your gun safety rules, your classes.
Yep, safety off. Always have the gun down range.
Don't point it at anybody.
Except for your enemies.
Unless
I only
don't
know
point it at
those two
anything
bits
you
because
wanna
my
do.
country don't allow guns.
Yep.
The easiest way to check if there's a blockage is look straight down the barrel. Yeah.
Yeah.
Keep the safety on
If
when
it's
not using it.
if you pull the trigger, nothing happens. Look down the barrel to see if it's a gem. No, don't do that.
Don't.
Don't do that.
Don't.
Bad idea.
We do not condone accidentally shooting yourself in the face. Or we do not encourage it. Don't do it.
Tom, if we managed to get a gun, but either of us managed to get a gun to shoot ourselves in the face with, that would be impressive on its own.
There's a million miles of red tape for us to get a gun. A million miles.
I could just walk into
Yeah.
a store right now. Frankly,
Yeah.
like
But
Walmart.
yeah,
or
basically,
something, I could buy one.
Yeah, literally
Like-
go up
like-
to Walmart.
We're still limited
Oh
to
my
like muskets.
Yeah,
Practically.
like they can't be good guns, and it's
No,
like,
we,
or
we
it's like a
the
rifle
best gun
just-
we can have is a double barrel. That's it.
Yeah,
it's like-
literally. Yeah.
We
Like,
can't have
we-
anything.
like, we can't-
Otherwise, everything else is single shots.
Right now, going to the
Correct.
store.
Anyway,
Semi-automatic weapons are banned. All
anyway,
this craziness,
I mean,
yeah.
that's almost banned any here, anyways,
Yeah.
unless you know soldier.
anyway. So, you buy the pocket pistol, and he turns to look at you, Fortune. And what is it you wish as well?
Is the dragon armor done?
Partially done, but I have yet to deal with the intricacies of it. I've got the helmet and up to the chest sorted.
Can you try on the helmet?
Sure. And it's so he goes into the back room and carries it out. It is a very oddly shaped like half helm, but it's got like the little bridge that goes down the nose. And you can see there's like two holes that have been like drilled in for the for, like the ears and such. And he just places it on Scamper. It's a little bit big for him, but
It's
but it does fit rather snugly onto him. Like there's a bit of wobble when he like looks left and right.
Is it time for you to draw this?
I'm not too
gun?
sure. I'm not too sure on pseudo dragon biology, but I would hope that he grows into it.
Is baby.
He takes the armor for the neck. It's less like it fits a bit better because it just basically sits on the spines, and you can see he just has some leather straps on the underside. He then attaches like a small like curved bit. It's basically like plate, what's it called? Scale armor, basically. You know, like different slats of iron and such. He just like ties it on. When he gets to the chest plate, it actually doesn't think. It's like, I will need to hammer that in a bit more. But at the very least, you've got the neck and head protection.
I'm just sitting there mumbling, he's my handsome little boy.
What kind of armor are we making again? Like
It's just some iron armor. Iron armor for a pseudo dragon.
Because
You know,
I'm kind of curious.
Usual things that you find in
Yeah,
a
just
D&D
normal stuff.
campaign.
He actually like examines the chest piece again. Actually, he takes a hammer, just like places, or like he takes a small like pick almost, places it very carefully, and then just lightly hammers. About 10-20 minutes afterwards, he stops, places the now slightly bent armor. Oh, would you look at that? It fits. He's like ties some leather straps on it. I haven't dealt with the back plates yet. This is as far as I've gotten. I have got just kind of indicates to the forge where you can see like loads of like partially built weapons and armor. I've got a bit of a backlog.
It's
Curious.
okay, it's perfect.
I'm kind of curious, like how much, like what the ACs of Pseudo Dragon gonna be like? It's like a tiny creature of now armor now.
Yeah. Which means that Scamper, when fully armored, will have a hard time flying.
It's okay. He stays in mommy's bag.
What about those like specially made dragon armors that are designed like you sometimes see armored dragons in fantasy stories?
That's using
Yeah, Pseudo
lighter
Dragons have,
armor.
like, pretty good armor.
This
normally,
is
so
this
Field
is like
Lab would be really
durable
effective.
iron armor.
Fair enough. It's like a lot of times, sometimes they'll say it like it's like metal or something that like super light metal.
Yeah, this is not light metal. Gus is using what he's got, and what he's got is iron. Iron and steel.
Okay.
I'm not gonna say that.
He must be protected. We even have a diamond on reserve specifically for him in case he dies.
Yeah, basically.
Would you
Yeah.
would you wish to take what currently is available of his armor, or would you rather wait until it is all completed?
I can wait, I just wanted to see him in it.
Okay, he begins to like take off the armor. Scamper has got that look where it's like, oh god, please.
He doesn't want the armor, does he?
It's heavy on him.
He-
It's okay, baby, it'll get easier.
He eventually takes it all off and places it back on an actually decent wooden carving of a pseudo dragon. Like that's what he's been using, just like how they put it on mannequins. Like he's got a.
How much would it be to buy the pseudo dragon mannequin?
For fuck's sake.
You guys buy it?
This
After Gus.
is essential for me to build this, so I cannot sell you it.
I would like to buy it with the armor.
We
So
shall
we can
discuss a
display it.
price after it has been built.
Okay. I'm gonna slide him 20 gold.
Scamper, like seeing that mannequin and just pissing on it.
Well, it's not so much as a mannequin; it's just a wood carving of a pseudo dragon.
Yeah.
Or just as like the thing a cat does with like a glass of water on a table, just
Yeah.
knocks it.
What if he does like a block of mithril and ask Gus to make the armor of that? Now it's like,
You would need to provide him with a block of mithril first,
yeah.
Which-
I'm
Fortunately,
sure we
found
could do
fine.
it.
which
Yeah,
a
violence.
very rare and powerful bit of
Yeah.
metal.
To
What
be-
is what is the chance that like one of our party's going to die because of Scamper's diamond?
You never know.
Yeah, Fortune's like, no, we need it for
Yeah.
Scamper. It's a Fortune's like, no.
I don't care if they're dying, it's for my baby boy and he needs it now.
Should be forced who dies.
Never mind.
What
I'm
is the
kinda glad
lifespan of a
that-
pseudo dragon anyway?
Quite a long time.
You got the pseudo dragon in platinum hold.
Yeah. Kind of glad that in the other campaign I actually already have 3
From
diamonds. for
just
reviving.
some shady pet seller.
But our DM seems to intent on wanting to kill us because our first battle of the session or the campaign had someone get knocked out.
Well, that's
Sure.
Someone gets
that's
knocked
the
out.
same thing happened
Me.
here.
It seems like everyone seems to
Maturity
get knocked
5
out
and
of
live for over
battle.
160
Any-
years.
Alright.
Like
So-
the monk got knocked out, or the NPC guy got knocked out in the last session.
So, is there anything else that you units require from me, or is that everything?
I need to find a trader for bullets.
I wish you luck in your endeavor.
Like he doesn't know where they are.
Nope.
You can make bullets. I got a
Doesn't
bunch
have
of ball
any.
bearings.
Alright, so, with that done, who else is going to Kimberly alongside Valif?
I was
With
going.
Valeth and Floriana.
Okay,
Mhm.
so,
I don't know
Anyone
what
else?
else?
I shall BRB then.
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, and Gratian as well, gotcha.
Okay.
And we assume
And I
Ray's
guess it's
just been,
everyone
like, hanging about at an inn somewhere.
Who?
We
Oh,
assume
oh,
Ray's hanging out at
Raya.
an inn because, she's
Oh yeah.
Sav is, doing important real-life stuff. So,
I mean, what? I mean, in character, what does she need? Like armory? I don't wear armor. Magical items?
don't use
My
magic
fists
stuff.
are
So
magical.
she's probably gone to an inn.
Yeah. Like
All
my
right.
fists are magic. I don't need anything.
So, Floriana, Gratian, and Valif, you guys head towards Kimbini's Tower. The two stationary suits of armor are still there at the door. You walk through and go up to the top. So, you can see that Kerr and Kimpany are there, though Kimpany, you can see, is busy putting some stuff in bags and is just overall working through what appears to be like a long checklist. As you arrive up at the top area, like Kimpany like pokes his head up and says, "Hi!" Okay. Kerr's gonna help you. I think. Will you, Kerr? Yes, of course. Steps up. So, how can I help you all?
Anything interesting new in stock?
It's only been about 2 or 3 days. What was your name again?
My name's go by Floriana.
Floriana. It's only been 2 or 3 days. We ain't been able to finish anything recently, and recent development means that it's going to be a bit of a delay.
Fair enough. Actually, I do have this. I think it's an orb. What was it? Yeah, because I wrote it down as small divination school orb. I'll pull that out and see if do you know anything about what this could be useful for?
Just takes it, let's look at it. Looks. Clicks his fingers. You see his eyes like sort of glow purple with arcane. This is part of a scryer.
I figured it seemed like it was only part of one.
Yeah, it's a weaker variant of the scry spell. I'm not sure if you know what that spell is, but it allows you to look in at someone that you've at the very least heard of. This is not as good as that. This can only look at locations that the caster has seen. But it's missing the focus.
Yeah, I found it. The bandits that you heard, I found it at one of their camps.
Bandits?
Not bandits. The Crimson Pact. What was it?
The Crimson Pact.
Crimson Pact. The problem is that there's an anime I was watching. They're called the Crimson Vow.
Oh.
I get confused a little bit.
Weeb.
One of their camps. I found it in one of their camps.
So, what do you want for it? You want it to be bought? You want us to maybe see if we can restore it? What do you need?
It's probably useful to restore it, actually. Because, is there a range limit, or is it as long as I...
Well, these scries, he just placed it on the table. There's not so much a range requirement, but you can only see areas that you yourself have been to. And depending on where you're visualizing, like if you think like the layout of the city, for example, if you use this and try and think like of the layout of the city, it's gonna place you like up in the clouds.
So the more precise the location gives you a better idea of where it's going to be.
Yeah,
Of the vision.
Yeah. Also, these things have only got the power to work once a day.
It's still useful enough for basic scouting purposes. Then,
Well,
what about for areas where you don't know? Like, does it work? Like, if you just like visualize, like, say,
Nope.
1 mile ahead?
Nope.
No.
Only areas you've been to.
Fair enough.
It's often used. It's often used by the Lord's Guard in the event that they lose ground.
To scout out the area that has been recently captured.
Yeah. If they're doing an operation to like sneak in or to cause some havoc around, then they would use some of these. They're a cheaper alternative to a scrying orb, because a scrying orb takes you back a lot of gold.
Agreed. Okay. But yeah, I think even with those limitations, this could still be useful. I think we're heading one, we're heading back in a way that I've been recently, so we can maybe use that on our way. So how much would it be like time to like get it fully fixed?
Oh, well, getting it fully fixed, that's no problem. We would just take an arcane focus out from one thing and just slot into that one.
Okay. So.
Okay, Kimberly!
Yes.
We, do we have any of those, a ruby? Do we have a ruby?
Yes, we do. Yes.
Right, do you know where it is?
No!
Clicks his fingers again, his eyes go arcane.
Technically correct.
Goes over to one of the shells and plucks out, you can see it's, it appears to be like just a small diamond. Place it down. Kimberly, I need about 10 minutes.
I gotta go somewhere.
You can wait 10 minutes.
Fine.
He kind of like stops packing the bag and just leans over to everyone.
Oh, what do you need? Anything?
While he's standing here, what were the items here before? Like, I
Yes,
don't
I was daydreaming when I was here last, so I was not paying attention.
Oh,
If we
well,
have money, we might actually buy them this time.
so, we've had a few things that have been sold, but yes, we have let me just
Look through my fucking notes.
so, below and stuff, but we've got a boots of featherfall, a firebolt staff, and we got a drift globe, and what else? Oh, we got this.
He pulls out a it's almost like a potion of like, you know, the kind of visual look of very watered down milk where you can like see clean through it, but you can just see like bits of the milk like still flowing about in there. It looks a bit like that.
Yes,
Just like
it is called
Bottle of
a
skim milk.
Yes.
it's called a potion of dreams.
Ooh. How much
Like
is the potion and the boots?
So the boots, they'll get you back 40 gold pieces. They allow you to, once a day, the wearer can use a featherfall spell. Yes. And the potion of dreams. So it is, it's part of a powerful spell called Dream. So it costs 2,600 gold.
That doesn't sound right.
It was
that's
supposed to
very-
be
Yeah,
reality.
that, okay.
Is that,
Well,
does that actually sound right? 2,600 gold?
For a potion
I am
that
very
lets you cast a dream spell? Yeah.
yeah. Dream's
I
like
don't
a
know.
5th level spell or something like that.
No,
I think
don't
it's
know
an
what the
8
spell
level
is,
one.
I
Let me
mean,
check.
It's pretty
in and
strong.
out of character, I have no idea what the spell is, so. It's fine.
Dream is a 5th level spell, yes.
Yeah, it's something that I want to get. I'm excited for later in life, but I'm interested in the boots for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And then what was the staff again?
Oh, this is a staff of firebolt. Lets you cast a firebolt spell 3 times a day.
Fireball.
Firebolt.
Firebolt.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that's that, like, it's kind of like
Um,
my Ray of Frost, but with fire.
It lets you
Yeah,
use
no,
the
fi-
firebolt cantrip 3 times a day,
Firebolt
basically.
is the fireball cantrip.
Yeah.
Okay. We said the
But if you want, thing is with the firebolt staff, when you normally do a firebolt spell, you can only do it once a go. But if you want, you can use multiple charges to fire multiple times. So you could be like, I'm gonna fire this all 3 at once. And you can do that. Yes.
and how much is that?
That is 45 gold pieces.
Okay. And forgive me, what was the other item that you mentioned? Was not those 3?
Drift globe? Drift globe.
Oh, drift globe.
So
Yes.
that is,
He
Okay.
pulls out what looks to be like a sky blue ball, almost.
so this, you say the word to make it ascend. Because I did it. I had the ascend word be, hi!
And it just floats upwards.
Now, you can make it do a light spell. I have it as, go boom!
And it just lights up slightly.
Now, there's another word that you can go where it's like...
He sort of puts a hand to it.
The word to make it like do the daylight spell is hello, sunshine. Okay, you can hear me. Good.
Just takes it.
I do like the word hello, sunshine.
I feel like I am looking deep into Tick's psyche right now. That is amazing.
Yeah.
Chill just
Although,
down my spine.
the only thing is,
Well,
Trockner's already got one, and well, I can cast it.
I could also use something like that, and having two would be useful as well.
Here is 250 gold pieces.
I'll take the 3 items and not the potion.
Oh, okay.
He just like rummaging about. He places a bunch of it's a bunch of leather boots, but like the top part have got like almost like a bunch of what looks like goose feathers on it, kind of going into a sort of. They kind of like the goose feathers kind of go into similar to like the winged boots, the Archimedes boots from Zelda.
Mm-hmm. The other question I actually would have about that is this? Do I need to attune to the staff?
Let me check.
I feel like the boots I'd need to attune to, but
The
then
boots
I
require
know
attunement. The
driftwood
staff
is just like an item. but the
does
staff
not,
is-
but you
Does
would
not?
have to.
Okay, that's good.
But you would have to two-hand it.
Yeah, that's all right. I could use it and then I could set it away. But
Yeah.
yeah, no, that's fine.
So you place it. The staff itself is actually. It looks to be like a smooth bit of yew wood, but you can see there's like a growth that wraps around until like at the top there's a small red gem.
Is that one?
Yeah.
And,
He places a drift globe on.
so that in total would be 300 and 300 and what say 335 gold.
There you go. Now, one of the big fat sack of money I have now, I guess.
Oh.
375, you said?
335.
I'll give him.
Get the extra anyways. You sure you don't want to try and? You sure you don't want the potion? You seem
It's too
interested in it.
expensive. And we don't have.
Go
I
tree
don't have
fam.
that much gold, even just on my own. I would need to ask other people, and I'm okay with that. That's fine. I'll give him 360.
Oh,
No,
thank you.
370. 372.50. I'll pull a Nemesis. Why
Gracious.
0.5
Oh,
there? That's
you want the potion? Do you
Listen
have?
here.
Do you have 2,600 gold? Yes. You have. You want? You buy? Yes.
No,
Yes.
unfortunately,
No,
I only
this
have-
one. The half elf.
I think Gracian's gonna buy it.
Oh.
Just flat out.
He takes it.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't read that. That's fucking cool.
It's a lot of gold. Oh,
I was thinking about it.
He just ties it up,
there you go.
hands you the small vial of this liquid,
Just like milky black liquid or something like
milky
that.
white.
Milky white, even better.
And around this point, Kurt just finished like,
I was just asking
Okay.
a question. Is there anything we didn't buy, or is that we bought everything?
Nope, that's
was
all the
stock?
shit.
I thought.
You've,
Okay.
You have, well, I mean, I've still got, some scrolls.
Ooh, what
Scrolls.
kind of scrolls?
I've got
That might be helpful.
I've got, 2 scrolls of Mage Hand, a scroll of Message, 3 scrolls of Animal Friendship, 2 scrolls of Guidance, and 1 scroll of Find Steed.
Scroll of Find Steed
Ooh, wait.
is very useful, but everything else doesn't seem very helpful.
How much
Yeah.
is the scroll of Find Steed?
250 gold.
The scroll of Find Steed? Doesn't that just mean that?
it's the same spell that Delson and Nemesis have.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not. I don't
They
think
have
it's
the difference is that obviously, if your steed dies, you'll need
Yeah,
another
we can't-
scroll to bring it back.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Just double check. Yeah.
Is this where you get some like warlock type of hell horse that snorts out fire.
Well,
He's got
it's
Milo.
not. I was just seeing if it was a ritual. No, none of this even says what it.
Oh, something that you can try to learn to spell yourself.
Yeah, because if I have this, put it in, and then I'll have it forever.
He can put ritual spells in his book.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter what class they're from too, which is fine.
It is a conjuration spell. It is instantaneous.
It's casting. It's basically a ritual that doesn't have the ritual designation because ritual designation means you can take longer to cast it.
Oh wait, no, it's a casting time of 10 minutes. Yeah, but it isn't classified as a ritual.
It's kind of because it requires a ritual. It's a weird designation that means
It's a ritual, but not quite a ritual, basically.
yeah. Kind of that thing. It's a ritual class, non-ritual. Oh, I'll buy the scroll of Find Steed then, and we'll see if someone else will want.
Can you guys hear me again?
Yeah, now we can hear you.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, my mic was fine. How much is it again? Sorry, I know.
250 gold.
250? Okay. No, I don't think so. I will.
Oh, okay, that's right.
That's okay.
That's right. You already bought all my stock, basically.
I don't know.
Well, that one brought the last one, but you know.
I mean, I could buy the scroll. Do you think someone else in our party would be interested? I'm not sure if I would. It's gonna be. Let me look at our party. Right, this new Gration.
Yeah.
I don't know, Gration. Hey, since
How
you're
much are the, how much are the other scrolls?
Wait, the mage hand is 15 gold. Animal friendship is 25. Guidance is 15. And find seed I already told you.
So, Gration, do you think you want a Steve? Get control.
That was 15 times 2, 25 times 2. And then the guidance you had 3 of.
Yes.
And how much was that one again?
15 gold.
That was 15. And then was there a fourth one? Sorry.
So it was mage hand, animal friendship, guidance, find steed.
Oh, and then the Find Seed was the last one.
Yes,
Okay. So 30, 50, 45. Yeah, I'm going to buy these for everybody else.
Oh, yes, sure.
So I will buy all of them, not the Find Steed scroll, fortunately, but I'll buy the rest of them. If you would like to get the Find Steed scroll for Oriana, feel free.
I don't think.
Feel free to pitch it.
I don't really
this as well if you'd like,
think-
but
I don't want it. Nemesis and Dustin are two who have it. So, and the rest of us seem to want it. That would be a Trofnor or a Fortune. But honestly, I feel like
Fortune would be very happy if we bought.
yeah, I
Actually,
think Fortune
let's
would
just
really
buy.
like it.
If you'd like to,
Yes,
I'll pitch
I
it.
will buy it off of you.
no,
All
you
right,
won't
I'll
need
buy
to
the
it.
scroll of
Find Steed. Okay.
Find
so
Steed.
Okay.
He
I'll buy it.
just places it down and just grabs all the money.
Yeah, I'll give you 125 gold.
Yeah, don't forget you guys got those message bracelets.
Yep, I
Yeah,
know.
it's
Oh,
probably
yeah,
only
I guess that's true.
That's why I didn't think to buy.
Although
them
to be
basically.
fair, the distance where Fortune is and yeah, the distance is quite a bit.
No, I'm not. I don't want to ask.
in the
them.
context of buying the scrolls themselves.
It's more fun to like buy presents for people.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry to change my mind again, but I won't buy those message scrolls. That's not going to be useful for us. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Wait,
So that's
message
just
scrolls.
That's just 9.
Mage hand, guidance, find
Oh,
seed,
sorry.
animal friendship.
said
They were mage hand. They were
I
mage
thought
hand,
you
not
said-
message.
That's where you
I'm
said
an idiot.
message in there too.
No, he said mage hand.
Mage hand.
No, I'll get all of them. Yep.
Just takes the money.
for me. Okay.
And around this point, Kurt has finally finished like enchanting the gem. He's just slowly just putting it into the little orb. There we go. That should do it. Just twists it a bit, and you actually runs his finger around it. It glows with an arcane light. There you go.
So it's already functional.
Yeah,
That was a lot quicker than I thought.
it's It doesn't take a whole lot. A lot of the magic's already been put into the orb itself. I just need to make sure that it interacted with the orb. It's a bit difficult to explain.
So how much do I owe you for that?
500 gold.
This is a lot more expensive than I thought it would be for just
It's a
fixing
useful
it, but
thing. Useful thing though.
I know it's useful indeed.
I'm sorry. You just wanted an item that can allow you to see any location you want once a day that you've been to before.
Indeed, I already handed it to him.
He takes it, he just gives a slight shoots daggers a little bit.
I don't know. I just thought it would be, or maybe it's because I don't know actually how much the.
Well, keep in mind, an actual scrying orb costs probably 10 times as much.
Well, she doesn't know how much it costs.
Yeah.
She'd never
Be
bought
very,
one.
very, very useful.
Very expensive. Scrying is a very powerful spell, so the fact that you've got one that can view locations you've been to already...
I'm looking forward to have it so that I can tick through jester-like shenanigans by just talking to people, just for fun.
That's sending you're thinking of.
Oh, that's what I want. That's what I'm gonna get eventually, and I'm excited for that.
So let's see. So
I'm
it's like
mentally
a,
preparing myself already.
it's like a lesser scry orb.
Yes.
I guess.
Yes. Put it as a lesser scry orb. Once a
Sorry,
day,
just
you
to
can use a variant of the scrying spell that allows you to view a location that you've been to before.
I just want to double check I got what I have correct. So that was 2 Mage Hand, 2 Guidance, and then what was the last one?
It was 3 Mage Hand, 2 Guidance.
Oh, it was 3 Mage. 2 Guidance, what was the other one?
And 2 Animal Friendship, I think.
Okay.
Vaguely sure.
Yeah,
it was 2.
that was what it was. I just blanked on what you actually said.
Yeah.
So I had to have been to the location before.
Yes.
Or can I do it with? Okay. All right then.
So, location that you have once been at before. It does not require attunement. So, anyone can use it. Right. I'd ask if there was anything else, but you've kind of got rid of the last of our stock here, so...
Yes, thank you very much.
Could I request an item to be made?
It's going to be a bit slower. It's just going to be me for a little bit.
Could you make something like shift weave clothing, something that allow me to change my clothes at will?
You mean something akin to that cloak that I made
Yeah,
for
but
you?
but for like a full set of clothing.
Full set. You're going to be looking at a... Just starts, like, adding things up in his head.
My weird non-functional items are finally, like, making my money go away. Because I still have 2,500.
So I could probably make that. You're going to have to give me a month, probably, to make that. And I'm going to need a down payment of half of the amount needed.
How much would it cost in total?
In total, 250.
Just 250 gold?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, let's see, I can...
So I need 125 down payment at the least.
Okay. That sounds fine. Okay, so 125?
Mm-hmm. So he takes the 125.
Mhm.
Right.
Mhm.
He just starts adding up the days. Okay. So
Oh.
yeah.
I don't know, the liberation, do you think there's items that you want to ask to be made? Something that's actually useful?
Keep in mind that this is going to be a longer and longer time the more items you guys want. I'm just one person here.
Agreed. I did actually get that cloak, because I asked for it, like, before we left for Platinum Hold.
Yeah, and I was holding on to it for a while. You're lucky no one bought it in the time then.
I didn't really wanted it.
Sorry,
'cause
dropped
then,
my
like,
gold.
kind of wartime started kind of, like, hitting right afterwards, didn't it?
The cloaks that they want are a bit different.
Indeed.
At this point, Kimberly's back to like just stuffing stuff in his bag.
Yeah. Well, I can always think to ask for something later. Well, you can have a...
Kimberly, if you don't mind me asking,
Yes?
where are you going?
Oh, there was an obelisk that was found
Oh.
2 days ago. Yes.
Right.
And bro,
Yes.
it sounds like it's Voidcraft.
It is.
Oh.
Yes,
Oh.
that was us. Sorry, I
Oh,
didn't.
yeah,
You're the ones that found it.
I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed.
Yes.
I
So,
didn't make the connection, but
So-
yes, no, it's very, very interesting.
yes. So, from what I've been told, very dangerous. Probably some bad happened in there. So I need to see
Yes,
what it
there's
is.
a bunch of dead bodies around the pool. They
Ooh.
seem like they brought some
That's
being person back to life.
that is bad.
Living
We,
beings will become corrupted and hostile.
Oh yeah, no, that's it. That's Void Plague. That's Void Plague.
Void plague?
Yeah.
What?
Yes.
Oh yes, we put a boar in the pit in the pool and it
You
came back.
shouldn't have done that.
Well, we were curious. I'm sorry.
What is void plague?
Oh,
Do
sure.
I know what the hell it is?
You have, even with that high roll, you are not versed in the ways of void. You've heard of void, like void magic, but void plague is not something you're aware of.
Okay.
Oh, so
Yes, it's,
Void Plague. It is how do I word it? So you like to cast spells? Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So
Yeah, actually, all three of us can cast some kind of magic. Yeah.
yes. So imagine Void Plague as something that takes that arcane essence and rips it from you.
Oh. How?
And depending on where it originates from, because it could be in your arm, it could be in your head. I had it in my head once. And what it does is it will drain it, and if you can't fight it off, then you lose your arcane essence, and you can. How do I word this? How do I?
Certain people that don't even have much in terms of magic. Do you have person that's not very skilled in magical ways?
Sorry.
Do you know anyone that is not
Yes.
skilled in magical ways? Yes. So, does he do anything that might seem a bit odd, like getting the ability to recover from some of his wounds very quickly, for example?
Yes. Yes, he's very hardy.
Yes. Well,
Thrower or near.
that is, and Kimberly speaks up.
So if he loses all his arcane essence, because even if he doesn't know the magic stuff, he still has arcane essence. Yes. So if he loses all his arcane essence, he won't even be able to do that.
Oh, just takes everything away from you.
Yes, but the worst part is if it doesn't go away even after that, because then it starts draining your life essence.
Yes.
And
And then you, I suppose, turn into whatever something akin to that boar that we threw in there.
well, kinda. It's so hasn't been looked into that much. This is just for my research. But yes, if somebody dies and they're unlucky, their body gets turned into a void creature. And this is the case on if they're alive or dead.
Oh, yes, that's a.
It depends on the exposure. But
All very unsettling.
so you say you threw it into a pool of like this void sludge,
Yes,
yes?
it was black gunk.
Yes, that would probably have a high chance of turning something into a void monster. You shouldn't want to do that.
We survived.
Yeah, good.
Very
I can see that. Yes. Anyway, I need to go see his obelisk and his void stuff and see what it damages.
Well, don't fall in, my friend.
Oh, don't worry. Made that mistake before. Learn from my mistakes.
It was very nice meeting you truly this time.
Yes. Nice to meet you too. Thank you for the money.
It's a fantastic day.
I will. It depends. Void research is kind of boring, but I'll try. Bye.
Alright, so you
We
leave the,
leave that fantastic place
yes.
Mm-hmm.
with the greatest straight man, not straight man combo I've ever seen.
And people just get to look into my psyche because of him.
Yeah.
Ha ha ha.
So
I feel like that's just like the two instead of Tick having like shoulder angel and shoulder devil, it's just those two.
just this one's like,
You should totally kill the party. No, you should definitely. Oh no, I just
Well,
got
the
to
other-
kill
the
the
other
party.
side what is
Smeagol
what's his
and
name?
Gollum.
Well, in the room there. Sorry, I don't. Was it? It was Kimberly. And what was
Kerr.
the other one? It was Kerr.
Karmora.
Kerr is the other one. He's just like all logical and rational. The other
Yep.
one's like,
He
"No."
is the apprentice. He is the apprentice to Kimberly. So,
Great.
for the sake of brevity, since you are waiting for Trofnar's armor to be done, you wait 3 days. You pass over all the things that you want.
I want to ask to go visit the site for the mansion building, actually.
Sure.
Well, I want to use it so I can use the orb on it.
Oh, so you haven't been. Oh, so you actually go there
Oh,
just.
we want to go there.
Yeah, I
so
want to
we
ask to
can
go
look
over
at-
there.
Okay, so
go, like,
you
walk
head
in
over
there.
to the Stummerdale
That's
Hill.
pretty cool.
The hill is actually rather shallow, and it's a wide area. And the 4 posts that you can see, I mean, to give an idea of how large 2 acres is, that is about a full American football field, and then 80% of another one.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
I got an idea.
yeah. So that's 2 acres. So it's a pretty fucking big bit of space.
That's pretty big. That's a good number.
I'm sorry, guys, but I gotta go.
It's fine. We're near the end
Yeah.
anyway.
I'll
Have
give
a
you the
good
scroll
day.
next session,
Yeah.
So
or more like have the scroll now. You can do the RP.
yeah. So you got she's gone.
Oh well, I'll get
Yeah. I mean, we're going to be wrapping up very soon anyway. So, so you check. There's currently nothing there outside of a few dwarves that have like started bringing supplies over and everything. But you can now scry using it in that area.
Okay. And I want to make some potions of healing because
Can't wait for us to scry back just on fire. We're like, can't do anything. Too far away.
So,
yeah.
for the sake of brevity, on the 3rd day, the day after, Roland did send a message to you to say that he had acquired a means for you to get to Groffield, but I would assume you told him if you could hold off while you finished your business here, which he obliged. And you arrive at the Rona Castle, where Roland is actually waiting for you all outside. As you all arrive, he says, it was not the best thing, but I have been able to acquire, rather haphazardly, a method to get you there in about a day.
What's haphazardly mean?
Because the particular thing that I have been able to acquire is not fully functioning. Part of it is being repaired, however, that should only hinder its speed, and nothing else.
Right.
Sounds promising.
I assure you that it is only its speed that is affected, nothing else.
Okay.
He leads you over to an area which goes further and further, like higher up. It's like a metallic platform that goes upwards. And as you arrive at the top, you can see there's an airship in front of you. A long, rather thin one. It's adorned with the Rona family colours along its side. You can see there's several crew members that are currently sort of running around carrying stuff over. He points to it and says, "This is the Green Leaf, the Rona personal airship. It will take you to Groffield."
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Let me... Radar! He beckons to one of the men that's just sort of like... sort of pointing to everyone. You see this guy turn around. He appears to be human. Though, as he stands, like, comes up to Roland and stands next to him, His skin and his hair are the palest shade of blue. Like, you wouldn't notice it without Roland standing next to him. He has icy blue eyes. And you swear you're not sure, but you notice like parts of his like his hair and his robe seem to like sort of almost sway in the wind, even though there isn't one there.
Ah, yeah, so you guys are the ones that here to
Be taken to where is it going, Roland?
They're going to Groffield.
Yeah, Groffield. Yeah, it's a good place. I know a good place there.
So, I've been told that you got some horses and such.
Yes. I'll gesture to them.
Yeah, they've been brought too. Right, okay. Yeah, we'll need the winch for them. That'll take about another 5 minutes. Yeah, so, something to warn you about with the Green Leaf. We're currently operating on only one engine. We normally have two, but the other one broke down on the way back to Exeter, so we're only going at half speed.
Is there anything we could do to help that?
Sorry, no. Like, the entire engine's been taken away, dismantled and such.
I see.
Yeah. Plus, it needs, It's less of, like... The most important part, the core's fine. It's just the other bits of the working bit. But... I've flown this thing on one engine before. Flown it on 0 engines before, actually. So we'll be absolutely fine.
What? Why do you fly on 0?
I have my ways.
Dempsey just looks concerned.
Don't look at me like that, love. Trust me, I've done this before. Been flying this
At least
thing
we'll
for
be
about
fine.
20 years.
He has featherfall boots now.
Oh, if you drop us out of the sky, at least I can fly myself out.
You must be a pretty powerful mage to know some things like that.
Yes.
Must
A
be.
Mage.
I can't.
Even there, it's probably a good trick you got. I got a good few tricks as well.
If we fall, we can. I believe we'll be fine.
I'm sure I'll be fine. Besides, there's
Just kind of like looks, he almost looks like he's listening.
I might run into a flock of wyverns, but yeah, we'll be fine as long as we stay quiet. So,
I immediately look over to Gratian and Fortune.
don't worry. Again, flown this thing for about 20 years. Ain't lost that many crew.
Right.
My life is in your hands.
Of course it is. And I get the feeling that this guy's gonna absolutely kill me if I fail on it.
You are entrusted with friends of the Rona family. So yes, you would be in a lot of trouble if they were to die under your watch.
Noted. All right, I gotta finish preparations. Just show up whenever. We'll be launching in about.
Just looks over at the winch, which is now at this point like lifting up the cart and is moving over.
About 15 minutes. 15 minutes. So, any last minute things you want to do? Get them over quickly.
And he walks back onto the green leaf.
Missy just shakes her head.
I don't think there's any
I
last-
will. Before we get on, I just like to address everybody and everybody. While I was at Kinbenny's, I purchased some things for our travels. And I'll just like have the scrolls like rolled up each one, and
Yeah.
I'd go hand each one of them out. I give a scroll of guidance to Trothnar. A scroll
nice.
of animal friendship to Fortune. She's not here to.
Yay!
receive it, but she'll
Just
be really
takes it.
excited. Yay! I give one scroll of mage hand as well. And scroll of animal friendship to Delson.
Yeah.
A scroll of mage hand to Gratian. A scroll of guidance to Floriana. And a scroll of mage hand to Nemesis.
So scroll guidance.
Spend all your money on this.
It wasn't much. I thought everybody could use these things on our adventures. You never know when something like that could happen.
You know that.
In fact, I spent most of my money on these, and I like click my heels together, and I have this like staff with a red gem,
Yep.
float a drift globe.
Yeah, he's holding the staff in one hand and the drift globe with the other, just like, kind of like a kid, kind of like a 5-year-old, trying to be a wizard.
Yeah, it's exactly what it looks like. An 8-foot tall, jacked 5-year-old trying to be a wizard.
Yeah, I will give the scroll.
Just
And I also got a scroll for fortune that she probably really like. Find Steve. She at least once will be able to have a pet or a companion like Hino and Dio. What's his actual name?
Diorian.
Diorian. I'll give that to her.
Like that face that your mom had as a child when you're like babbling about something nonsensical and she just smiles and nods.
Yep.
That's Nem.
Yes.
She's like, okay, honey.
I mean, beyond the fact that I asked yet again to make more, transforming clothing, I also fixed up the scroll that I got, or the orb from the camp, so we can use something like scrying now on places we've been to. Just once a day, though.
All right. So, is there anything else that you guys wish to do before you head off on the Green Leaf?
Yeah. I'd also I wanted to before we left buy new clothes, but I'll wait.
No, we'll say for the sake, because you had 3 days to wait while Trofnar's armor was getting repaired. So we'll say for the sake of it that you did buy yourself some armor. I mean, not armor, because you already got armor.
I have like studded leather on, but I have like a robe over it.
Yeah. Like you buy yourself some new shreds. It's fine.
At worst, I'm sure we can ask at the start of the next session that, I wanted to do this during that time.
Yeah, but I always forget to do that. So
yeah. And obviously some things are a case of where it can't be. But like just getting clothes, yeah, it's easy. It's easy. You just went down to buy some clothes. That's fine. You had 3 days, so it's fine.
Can't really think of
I
anything.
think Nem just sat in a tub the entire time.
All right. So
Nice.
as you go onto the Green Leaf, Nemesis, Roland stops you for a second and just hands you a bit of parchment. It's the least I can do. And he turns, like, he doesn't even wait for you to open it. He just turns and heads back to the castle. And I've sent it to you personally.
Okay.
So you're just now standing there on the deck, just, on the bit before the deck.
Oh my god.
Share this with us.
No.
It's down to her if she wants to. So,
Yep.
you step onto the deck of the Green Leaf as they pull the ropes that keep it to the platform and everything. You watch as these 3 large ballistas, 2 on the side, 1 on the tail, are slotted into place. As you're looking at it, she says, "Just in case we get ran on by wyverns or dragons. Had a dragon once. It was pretty bad." All right.
I can always try talking it out of it.
He pulls on the lever, and there's silence for 2 seconds before you hear just a low hum. The boat starts to shake, and then it stabilizes, and you begin to ascend and go forward.
Yay, airship travel.
Yay.
As you begin to make your way towards Groffield, finally, after this detour, to whatever awaits you there. And that's what we're going to call it for this session.
Beat up some dwarf Gestapo.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
You ready to go? You guys ready to go take down midget ISIS?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we did the tossing the ball into the thing yet.
Yeah.
So
Why,
happy
like
for Nem.
Are you gonna say out of character what it was?
Why?
I'll say out of character what it was.
Okay.
You can share you can share the documents. That is yours to do.
You guys
Yeah.
love it now.
What was that?
Or I'm sending it.
Okay.
So yeah, you guys have it's
We've
fine.
tiered up
yeah, there's been
effectively,
yeah,
which is pretty sweet.
yep. You guys not
So
to
now you can
mention,
more.
I don't know if you read it
Oh,
properly
I
in the
can hear
decree, but you
Oh.
guys technically have a seat at the city council of Exeter.
Yeah.
Oh, we do.
So-
Yeah.
So more, you can now be known as Nemesis Ally of Rona. Yeah, it's hard to say, but you can't really call yourself Nemesis Rona, can you?
We have officially become the Parks and Rec
I mean,
department.
obviously without giving too much away and stuff, but basically the Fallow family isn't looked kindly upon by the noble houses.
They just don't like the Thallow family. Like the other nobles don't like them.
They're not very high upon the popularity list.
Interesting.
This is where I make a conspiracy
Also,
theory.
Nemesis has a new title. Nemesis,
Make a
like
conspiracy.
lots of titles.
He
We're
has a
making
lot of titles, but this is the only one that matters.
Essentially, going by the decree, she's an honorary Rona.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
pretty sweet.
Like, she's obviously not part of the Rona family,
Mm.
but she is among the family, the Rona family. They consider her one of their own now.
Yay.
Yay.
It's just such an honor. like,
Yeah, that's awesome. That's freaking
Yeah,
sweet.
And it was signed by the person who despises the Fallows in the Ronas probably the most.
It's gonna be just like anytime she goes and actually sees her, meets with the Thallows again, she's just gonna be like black sheep, but like they're the black sheeps, and so
Yeah, because I mean,
Black sheep of the black sheep.
you basically, I mean, you saved the heir to the Rona family.
yeah, it's a big deal.
Mhm.
Like, that's
So nice, because
This has
like
been a lot.
Kim didn't even care about any of that. She was just like, oh, this little girl is hurt.
Yeah, like we need to save her.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't literally just her who saved the Rona daughter.
Yeah.
well, that's why you all have essentially a seat at the council.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
No.
Obviously,
we have
to-
obviously, it's not
We have to share
mandatory.
the one seat.
You collectively, it's like how Vox Machina with
They're like part of
Tal'Dorei.
the Tal'Dorei Council.
Yeah, like they're not like active, like they're not there at every single
But
meeting.
if we
but-
actually showed up to council meetings, they'd be like, "Oh God."
Yeah, if they showed up at council meetings, then they'd have their own, like they'd be able to have their own say on it and everything.
Okay.
Still
Only
love
one
the
that would
running,
ever
running
attend
gag
it
and
is
campaign.
Nem anyways.
Yeah, this is.
I thought
this
that
has been fun. I
the statue
didn't
was
get
going to be
to go to
the
work.
same kind of running joke. We're like, what is the statue? It's like, I don't
Is
know,
there
guys.
a chair? There is. Caleb
that was kind
with
of funny,
fire.
though. This has been fun.
I
I'm
would
gonna,
love-
I'm gonna
I-
finish
I
getting
would
ready to go to
love-
work now. You guys enjoy.
I would love if the whole statue thing is like every time we ask someone, they're like, what giant fucking statue do you mean? What the hell are you on about? And it was like, this happened, the map we bought, someone like made a mistake and
Someone
put a
drew-
statue there by
Oh, that would
accident.
be glorious.
Yeah,
Yeah.
We're like,
What
what's the
the-
statue? Like,
I
what's the
just,
statue?
after nearly 60 sessions of this, you finally found the answer for the statue. It's literally just a
Finally.
memorial.
Yeah, that's
You know-
I like that. That's really sweet.
This gigantic statue in the middle of nothing.
That land has no use now because it was soaked in blood.
The whole way that like the mountains form around it and how there's nothing for miles afterwards just draws like huge like attention to it.
I mean, that's just how it happened.
Oh, these trees gone.
Yep. And obviously, you learn a bit more about Void.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yep. We made a bar altar.
Yep. Though obviously you don't know
interesting.
particulars.
Interesting mystery going on. That's really-
So do you think if Trothanar still had his wits and was like 200 years younger, he would know what the Void Plague is?
He wouldn't know much about Void Plague
Oh, okay.
because Void Plague is because they don't dabble a lot with the void, because the void is very, very dangerous.
When you
Yeah.
dabble at it, you
I
become
mean,
like
you
Himbini.
you saw what it did to that boar, so it's like,
Yeah.
and I mean, if you were to ask I mean, I think you've probably put two and two together, but since
Yeah.
void plague can do some nasty stuff to you,
I
and
thought-
Kibbany
I
got
thought-
it, you can kind
I
of
thought
imagine
Karmora
that's
was-
kind of why he's not all there anymore.
Fair enough.
Literally, like my thought process while we were in the pool was like I could fly down and like touch it, but then I was like, that's a really bad idea.
That's very dumb. Yeah.
It's a terrible
Apple.
decision.
Well,
I don't
keep it-
want that to happen to me.
We'll keep in mind that the puddle, like, it wasn't in a pit; it was like level
Yeah, it
with
was
the
just like
floor.
a mass of gunk.
Yeah,
What
like a
what
weird,
what I
like-
was thinking was like, oh, I could fly away. Probably not though, considering, but
I mean, you would have been at risk of void plague on that one. That's why
That'd be
Fortune
really
had to make
bad.
that Constitution saving throw.
it count as a
Oh
disease.
shit!
though?
Really?
It wouldn't have been like a serious amount of void plague, but
Fuck.
Does void plague count as a disease?
yes, but it's one that sucks away at magical essence, so lay on hands wouldn't work.
But like she's
I'm
immune
a
because she's a
paladin.
paladin.
I'm immune to disease anyways.
This is a homebrew disease,
Yeah,
which is
I like the idea that it overrides that.
I realize that. I'm just saying, like, is that what you're saying, that it can like get through all of that?
Probably.
yes. I obviously can't go
Yeah.
into too much detail because that would be metagaming, but
Yeah.
Spoiler.
put simply, you saw what just a small pool of basically void sludge did to a boar. It turned it
Yeah.
because a boar normally only has 11 health and 13 AC. No,
Yeah,
11
that's what I
AC.
thought. I was like, they're not this strong, and they took like a lot of hits.
Yeah, this boar went up to 30 HP and had an AC of 16. Plus, it had that tentacle attack
Yeah.
on a
Which was like
boar.
really, actually, really bad.